I see you. I see you. Yo, what's up? What's up, people? Welcome. Bigger Ford and Yellow in the house. What's going on, Yellow? You are absolutely muted.
You already know what it is. Famous Yellow does from CT, man. East Side.
Say fucking up my production. You know what I mean?
Come on, son. I saved it, yo. I saved it real good. Nobody even would have noticed, man, if you ain't say nothing.
Yeah, no, I think they would have noticed, but you're right. Probably people don't want to hear that voice anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah, mute is the best way to go.
Yeah. All that.
How you doing, man? Doing good?
I'm chilling, fam. How you feel, man? It's been a good day for you. It's been kind of long for me.
Yeah, it's been, man. To be honest with you, this going to bed at like 7 o'clock and shit is like killing my whole day, because I wake up with like running shit and it's just like holy fuck, then I gotta do everything and I gotta rush to cook and everything. So yeah, man, thank God Loki, this is the last episode of Loki tonight.
We're gonna be good for a while. There's nothing coming up soon that I need to stay up for anymore, so
until What If comes out, then I'll have to stay up for that.
That's later. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be staying up for that, but that's like August something. That's a whole month away.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We got at least a month. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tried to get more people up in here, but it seemed like, they're busy or whatever. So if anyone wants to come in, just let them shout me in the private chat, man.
Yeah,
in the chat there.
They'll come.
In the chat there. So Yellow had this he wanted to show, and that was funny. So I'll pop this up there.
Yo, as much as I love Black Widow, and I was completely taken by Florence Pugh's performance of Yelena Belova, so she makes this noise when she laughs. I think is absolutely hilarious. Now, this might be latent THC stored in my fat cells from many, many years ago. You feel what I'm saying? Every once in a while, if I get tired or, I haven't eaten for a few hours, I start to feel it come back. You feel what I'm saying? But like this noise this lady makes, bro.
Being generous with her food on set. Ultimate sharer.
I'm just a feeder.
Yeah, it's true. You would feed me.
You know what? Bro, her laugh is natural as shit. You know how like women, they be like trying to, dudes do it too. They try to like change their laughter, but women try to be like cute and quiet with that. Now I've been seeing it lately. Now women been like, bah! They've been expelling they laugh as much as men do and shit. So I appreciate it. But this one,
I'm just a feeder.
Yeah, it's true. You would feed me.
Like all of her air is gone from her lungs when she
but Yellow still likes her though. He still likes her. And
I love that shit.
I was saying she looked cuter in the movie, but then I'm looking at Scarlett Johansson right there, and I'm like, Scarlett Johansson don't look that good in that video either, though, to be honest with you.
Nah, chill. You gotta relax, man. Come on, what you want to do? She been in the sun, you feel what I'm saying? It's a Zoom call, like she don't got the best, like lighting and the best, come on. She look great, man. She looks great. Both of these women are gorgeous right here.
Being generous with food on set. Ultimate sharer.
She got a little standard, a higher standard to uphold. You know what I mean? So that makeup should have been.
You're crazy,
that hair should have been down. You know what I mean? That looks like she
should have been down. Yo, telling women how to wear their hair is crazy, bro. What year are you from? What are you talking about? You come from. You think we should still be able to beat them with a stick no bigger than our thumb, right? As long as the stick isn't bigger than our thumb, then we can go ahead and beat them with it.
I wouldn't say beat them. You know what I mean?
Definitely smaller than the thumb.
But I'm saying if what's wrong with saying a man wants to see a girl with her hair down, long hair and shit? What's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And
Ain't
Scarlett
nothing wrong with
Johansson,
liking long hair. Said she should have wore her hair
yes, she
down
should have
because it
worn her
looks
down.
better. First of
Yes.
all, you're wrong. She looks fucking great right here,
Nah,
even just being stupid like they are.
she,
Like they're
nah,
being real dumb
she
right
looks
now.
like she have that shaved side hairstyle, and I hate that hairstyle. You know what I
Well
mean?
then that's the problem because when they was shaving just the one side, I was all for it. I was like, yes, babe, do that again. I love it. I think it was
It
Cassie.
depends.
Do you even remember what that was? Cassie, I think, who like really
It,
did that
it,
first.
it
Oh
works
no,
on
hold
some
on.
Feeder.
people. It doesn't work on everybody.
Hold on now, because now you're talking crazy. Now you're
It
gonna make me
doesn't,
do it.
bro. It doesn't work on everybody. There's some people it works on 100%, but there are some people that it just does. Yeah, you see. No.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Cassie, and you're watching
Yeah,
Dropout
no,
UK.
that don't work for me.
Oh, that's crazy. I don't
That
understand.
don't work for me.
She
That don't work.
is
Okay.
that is smoking, bro. But all right, cool. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're scared
I'm
of
not saying she ain't hot. I ain't not
you
saying
scared
she
of
ain't
a
hot.
woman
I'm
who
just
could
saying
like
I don't
take that stick that you want to beat her with and beat you with it. I understand.
No, but not everybody can.
You're
No,
afraid.
bro.
I understand. It's cool. It's all
Not
right.
everybody can pull off the same hairstyle, bro. That's just the way it is.
Huh?
Like Halle
No,
Berry
that's
pulled
facts.
it off
That's
very
facts.
well.
That's facts.
You know what I mean?
That's
Halle Berry
awesome.
pulled it
More
off
facts.
very
More
well.
facts.
You know, but I just don't think for her it really worked. But hey, man, that's my thing. You know, I guess. You know, put the hair down. You know what I mean? Even put on the red fucking wig. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do that, give us the idea that we still looking at the Black Widow, man. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? To be like, yeah, I just need to put a little booty pick in there, and I'm good. And I'm
Fam,
good.
Scarlett Johansson for a long time has been like the queen of white women actors with booty, but it's just not true anymore. We got Bryce Dallas Howard
I
out here
agree. I agree.
dragging and wagging out here, fam.
Jessica Biel.
She tricked us. She tricked us in Chuck and Larry, but she has a great. I'm not saying she has.
Oh,
We just gotta
okay.
sit up here and talk about women's ass. She has a great ass, but like she tricked us in Chuck and Larry because
Why?
that shit was great. But then it's not like that. It just isn't really like that. I don't know what they did. It was the, you know what I'm saying. She was just having an extra a plump cheek day that day, but it hasn't maintained.
So you've seen it in something else where it didn't look so
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
You remember what? Because I would like to see that.
Yeah.
That Chuck and Larry scene. Like I'll go back just to watch that Chuck and Larry scene over and over again. Fuck that movie.
Fucking love that movie, bro. I fucking love that movie.
Movie's funny and shit, but fuck that movie. Just that scene.
Yeah, no, yeah, that shit was crazy.
What up,
It was
Tony?
great.
How
It
you
was great.
doing? So yeah, what you guys know is tonight is the last episode of Loki. Thank
Oh man,
fucking
is it?
God.
Is
Thank
it?
Thank God. Thank God. So we finally get this thing to end. Not only so that I could stop doing these fucking 3:00 fucking watch parties and then till 7:00 streams, but just to get this show over with because it's
Hatred.
it's kind of getting to be a hot mess.
So much hatred. Is it hard to be such a hater? Like, how much work does it take really from you on a daily basis to be such a hater, bro? Like, I don't understand how. Listen, you want to talk about Tony talking facts now. Tony brought up Julia Fox. He's talking facts right now. But you want to talk about not liking the show because of certain things? I can understand. You feel what I'm saying? You want to talk about the choreography? Trash. You want to talk about now this Bryce Dallas Howard, you feel what I'm saying? Y'all, you may recognize her from Jurassic Park. She been a dragging a ragged and then hidden in the back for quite some time now. You feel what I'm saying? Quite some time. She her weight fluctuates and she look good all the time. So I'm like, let's go ahead and get busy.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that works.
Oh man, we are getting canceled tonight, bro. Look at these men glorifying women. I don't give a fuck, man. Yo, listen, I'm a man.
No, objectifying is the word, not glorifying.
Yeah,
we objectifying.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, and I'll say this: I don't give a fuck. I am a man. I love when a woman look good, and I will say it. I don't want to hear this fucking shit about objectifying anybody. No woman.
Well, here's the thing:
good.
The problem is when that's the only thing that you talk about women about. That's when it's the problem.
Okay,
you feel
I agree.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean. But I mean, like, there's nothing else I could really talk about. That yeah, they're good actresses and that, but then it comes to they look good. Simple as that. What up, Matt 13? How you doing?
There's nothing else I could really talk about. What are you talking? I'm gonna help them cancel you. You keep talking like this, nigga. There's nothing else I could really talk about. Like, you can't just say that shit
Hold
and
on,
pretend
hold
like.
on. I did say I would say she's a good actress.
Yeah,
That I
a
could
good
talk
actor, but
about,
like, I
but
don't
I
care
don't
about
know. I
that.
don't know her personally to be like, you know.
But that's
Well,
what we're
this is
talking about, though. But that's what we're talking. We're talking about whatever the other thing is that they do. We can also
yes,
talk about that. That's
yes,
all I'm saying.
which for me is the acting. So if it's
Julia
not the
Fox.
acting, then it comes to the
Woo!
booty, and that's a nice booty right there. God damn.
Julia Fox, yo, Uncut Gems. My goodness.
Oh, that was from Uncut Gems.
This is from that's what she wore in the movie.
Oh, I don't remember that part. I gotta go back and watch that movie.
How? That's the bro. It changed my life. It solidified that movie as one of the best
Mama
movies.
Bear. Wouldn't surprise me because I didn't like that movie, so I'm pretty sure I'll go back and watch that scene later. Like, yeah, this movie is fire. This movie is fire. How you doing? Ashley is in the house. Mad's Mama Bear is in the house. Shifty Gizm is in the house. Sorry I couldn't make your stream, but I had my stream and then this one, so I should just went on there, but I was like, you know what? We talked about it yesterday. I set it up, so do apologize for that. But if you're doing it later on tonight, to talk about it, I will be there. So here's a question: what do y'all think of Sylvia taking Loki's spot in the MCU, like Yelena taking Black Widow's spot and Sam taking up the mantle of Captain America?
No, we're not going to pretend that those are the same things. First of all. Sam and Captain America, that's been in the works for years. We've watched it on the screen in the movies. We watched it, them building toward it, right? And then in Endgame, the culmination of the MCU, Steve is like, Sam, here, and Sam's like, and Steve was like, trust me. So you know what I mean? Like that's not the same thing as Yelena taking over for Natasha, and it's definitely not the same thing as Sylvie taking over for Loki. So first, we can't talk about those things like they're the same thing. Now, with that said and out of the way, Yelena, if you've seen Black Widow, you know she is not for play. She's coming to get busy, and I am excited to see what it's about. You feel what I'm saying? I loved everything she did in that movie. Everything she did. I loved it, right? I feel the same way about Natasha. I think it was a great send-off for Natasha, and I think it was a great intro for Yelena. I'm excited to see her moving forward. I think she will be the perfect kind of antagonist in a Hawkeye movie. Because it's or in the Hawkeye series.
The question is Sylvia really going to be taking over Loki's spot?
Right.
Though?
That's where I was going to go next. And based on how, well, what do you think?
I don't think so. I think if anything, she'll be a part of the Loki series, but I really don't think that they're going to take her and put her in the MCU, the cinematic universe, and have her be the female Loki. I don't think that. I don't know. It's never come across to me.
Yeah. She won't be Lady Loki. That's not a thing that's ever going to happen. If she was to continue, I think it would be in a series. I don't know in what capacity, because they've pretty much told all of the Loki story as far as I'm concerned in the MCU. I'm not saying that they've covered everything that Loki's ever done in the comics. Any of you comic nerds out there who want to like jump down a nigga throat every time they say something that doesn't exactly reflect what you read in the comics, right? But like, I think as far as the MCU goes, Loki's story is done. It's over. After this, it's pretty much finished. So no Loki can move forward at all. And that not only does it make sense to me, I feel like that's the right thing to do. But the MCU, they're expanding. You feel what I'm saying? They're trying to cover both TV and movies, and they need things to do that. And I do see how Sylvie could be a part of some kind of, television based universe, not like separate from the MCU. It's all connected, but I think she could play a big role in TV. as
I
opposed
agree
to the
with you.
movies. Do I think they'll do it though? That's where I don't know. I don't know.
I'm with you. I don't know either, and I agree with you. I think that if anything, it's going to be in this TV series if they do anything with her. It's possible that they could bring her into the MCU, but again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we need villains in the MCU right now. That's what we need.
Yeah.
We don't need new heroes and stuff like that.
We got plenty of heroes. We don't need heroes. We need villains right now in the MCU.
Are you trying to maybe stop the stream and go handle business or some shit, bro?
Handle business.
Is that what you're trying to do? Like, we're trying to talk about Loki, and you're showing booty all up over the screen, bro.
Yo, son was like, please do not do this. So I had to see what this was, and then I wanted to share. You feel what I'm saying?
I find it work for me.
I don't like having that effect. I don't like something that I did working for you. That makes me uncomfortable.
No. Not what. Well, it's not what you did. It's what you showed. Let's just put it that way, bro. There ain't nothing about what you did. Let's get that shit out your head. We are not coming out no motherfucking closet in this episode.
Not this one.
I'll save that for K-Dot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's definitely something you do on K-Dot stream.
No.
I'm secretly. Just let him do it.
I saved that for him to do that. Yeah.
Sure. I'm definitely coming out on K-Dot stream. So there you go.
You are? Figures.
Figures.
I knew it. I knew it.
If I'm coming out, that's where I'm doing it. I'll tell you that much.
Shit. I sent him the link, so yeah, whenever you're ready, K-Dots. But what are your predictions for what we have coming up on this show?
Based on everything that they've done in the show so far, I think it's pretty obvious that Mobius and Ravonna are going to be in the TVA, clearing up the whole TVA situation. Whatever that's going to be, whether it is directly tied to who's ever in the castle that Loki and Sylvia are about to storm, or whether it's not. Maybe that's a misdirect. I think that Ravonna and Mobius are going to clear up what happens in the TVA. Maybe Ravonna goes bad and Mobius has to kill her. I would love that. We won't get it, but I would love it. And I think that any mention, I know everybody's waiting for this. All right, CT. I know everybody's waiting for this. Any mention of Kang the Conqueror, that will be handled in the TVA. I think whatever happens in those records, that's where we get Kang the Conqueror. Any TVA, whether Miss Minutes is the secret mastermind behind it all or not, any mention of Kang the Conqueror, any hint toward Kang the Conqueror happens in the TVA with Mobius and Ravonna. I think that Loki and Sylvie are going to see a Loki in the castle. I think that there's a Loki who has decided, and this is based on a bunch of everybody else's internet theories. I do not fucking research comic books, guys. That's not what I do. I know a little bit, and I know where to find the people who know enough. I think that based on everything that's happened in this series, there is a variant Loki in that castle, and he absolutely is the one, him, absolutely is the one who found some way to orchestrate the eradication of all the Lokis so that he can be the one that survives.
Loki,
I think it's Jet. Maybe could be. I don't think it's Old Man Loki, but it could be. It could be. I think it's Jet Li in the one, bro. He's going around the multiverse, killing all the other ones so he can have all the power.
And I agree with you 100% because I was watching a video today. Actually, was it the What Ifs? No, I don't think it was.
No.
It was something I was watching where they were talking about the Lokis, right? And they said that the person behind the curtain or whatever was known as the One or something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
He who remains.
He who remains. That's it. And I believe that's going to be the variant Loki. Is going to be
so
He Who Remains.
In the comics, there's a character who's only known as He Who Remains, and it's typically not a Loki, But
Yeah.
in this version, it can absolutely be a Loki, and he calls himself in his glorious purpose speech, which we have to have one, because we've gotten some allusions to it, but we really didn't really have a Loki give us the glorious purpose speech.
Mhm.
And I think in that speech, he absolutely hits us with the "I am he who remains, the architect of blah blah blah, the leader of the Loki la 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 la." You know what I'm saying? Like I think that definitely happens, and that makes sense. That fits to me because Marvel is always taking something from one character, taking another character, putting them together, and saying, "Here, guys, this is a story for you." And most of the time, it works. Usually, when it's the villains, it doesn't.
And probably in this show, it's not going to work. It's not.
Nah. I don't know.
Work.
If it's a Loki, it fits the theme. It fits everything that's been happening in the show so far. If it's a Loki,
Yes.
and he ends up killing either Loki, and Sylvie grows because of it, or he kills Sylvie and Loki grows because of it, I think that's a good ending for this story. And then you also have the Kang illusions that can happen, maybe post-credit scene or some kind of hint toward the future of the time travel conquering guys. So I think that's a very interesting thing to happen.
But underwhelming if it's just a Loki.
Oh my God! What is with you people in this what is with y'all? Why are y'all so easily underwhelmed? Like, what is it about Whelm that you just can't get over it?
No, I don't want to see this shit, man. I want to see something like it doesn't have to be fucking Kang, but like, okay,
who else makes sense? Who makes sense?
I wanted to be Thanos variant running the TVA.
That's disgusting. That's terrible. That's disgusting. That is one of the worst ideas.
That's tight. A Loki variant, that's bullshit. But a Thanos variant running the TVA, now that's tight.
Are you watching the show, or are you just like looking? Is the show just on and you're having your own little version of the events in your mind? That's what I need to understand.
Yellow, hear me out. Think about it. Thanos variant. He got like these rings that look like Infinity Stones, and got a beard, look like Suge Knight and shit. Bald, wearing a suit. He's running TVA, looking like a boss, like a kingpin. Bro, that'd be epic.
So you want to look like Michael Clark Duncan in Daredevil, is what you're saying?
Basically. But he got to have a beard, though. If he ain't got a big ass beard,
one thing I will say is I don't. We definitely know it's not going to be a Thanos.
Yeah. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
But I would be like, okay, that's at least interesting. I don't think it would be stupid.
You think that's interesting, bro? You think that's interesting? Yeah, to have a knockoff Thanos, who's been hiding behind a smoke monster for who knows how long because time travel. Well, at the end of this series, that proved to us that the Infinity Stones mean nothing moving forward in the MCU. You think that is interesting?
Maybe he wasn't
because of the copter. You saw the Thanos copter. He crashed the copter, and then he moved into the castle. Right? Okay.
Maybe he wasn't hiding. Maybe he was trapped there. Maybe that fucking smoke monster was keeping him there. Right? I could see all that shit.
Right. Yeah, not Thanos though. But not Thanos though. Enough with Thanos. We've done Thanos for 11 years.
Not really.
I'm
we
done.
Still need him.
Since the Avengers, right? So 9 years, whatever. I'm done.
Okay, first off, yes, they teased him in fucking Avengers, but we didn't get Thanos for like fucking 8 years later, so you can't really say
he showed up though. He showed up in Avengers. He showed up in Avengers 2. He showed up in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Though.
He showed up in
but
is that it?
In little piece though, you know what I mean? Little fucking end credit scenes he showed up and he didn't really do shit.
No, but he was the orchestrator behind everything that was happening, right? That was the whole thing. So we've done enough and then when we finally got him, it was huge and everybody loved it, and Infinity War is the greatest movie ever. That's why I can't have respectful conversations with people who would put Infinity War on the same tier list as Captain Marvel, right? Because Infinity War is incredible. But like we're done. We're finished now. It's over. We're moved on.
What's you got here?
To have this is the Thanos that K-Dots wants. This is the Thanos.
Wrong one. This is the one I
with the Puerto Rican drug lord hair. You feel what I'm saying? Like the aviators on
fire, bro.
This one's gonna have a beard.
The Hotep beard, bro.
Thanos coming in looking like that, smoking a cigar. Damn,
Hey.
Skippy, I'd be down for that.
Hey,
Alonzo,
Chi-Chi,
share my screen. This is
bring
one
me
I
the yayo.
take this beard and put it on this one.
Oh my
Perfect.
What are
god,
you talking
even
about,
worse.
bro? What's happening now? What are we doing now?
We got Debo Thanos.
Thanos Lister.
Make it worse. It says Suge Knight. I was thinking
Yeah.
Debo, but that's like
He's
a
dead
Suge Knight
serious. It's terrible.
Right. Just think about
It's
it.
terrible.
He got that checker shirt, some big ass 501 jeans, and some Timbs. He's solid.
Facts. 100%.
Ring on his finger, like, what's good, Loki? What's good?
Put a
Loki.
baseball cap on him and shit. Raiders baseball cap, and we got Thug Thanos. Absolutely, I am down for that. Hey, it's the multiverse, right? So why can't we get a Thug Thanos? Yeah? He's selling Infinity Stones on the corner. I'm definitely down for that.
just hocking them, bro. Opens his trench coat, son. Yo, man, listen, man, for 25, you feel what I'm saying? I could give you a time stone and a mind stone.
Right.
But the reality stone, that's gonna run you a little bit extra. You feel what I'm saying? That's harder to come by. But son, I give you the time stone and the mind stone right now for 25. And then if you want the reality stone, I'll throw it in there for 50. You know what I'm saying? For 50, we can give it to him. I'll give you the whole thing for 50.
Facts.
He want to keep it cold. You want that soul, or you want to see a little bit of reality right here? What you want? you gotta. You want the soul or the reality?
Yeah, be a little more smooth with it.
Yeah, you gotta be
What's the name of the Thanos child, the one that did all the talking? But, hey man, get the thing out the trunk, man. Get the thing out the trunk. What was his name? Ebony Maw. Yeah. Yo, Ebony Maw, get the thing out the trunk. His name would be Ebony Maw too.
Of course it would. So
that's hilarious.
Personally, I agree with you with the Loki stuff. But like I said, I want something different. I don't want to see a variant Loki. I would be even more impressed if the Throne Loki was a puppet for somebody else, right? He could be a puppet for Kang, after they defeat him, and then you just see an end credit of Kang saying some shit like, well, can't say I'm doing it myself because that's what Thanos said, but he just say some shit, right?
He's got to say, if you want something done right, and then just cut the black. That's it,
right? And then we get him in Ant-Man. So I don't know. What do you think, Kate? What's your thoughts on this last episode?
I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna try and because look. It was like with WandaVision. I only had one expectation. Like, when they was talking about multiverse a lot, like how is WandaVision going to play into the multiverse stuff? It really didn't surprise me there. For this, I just want to be surprised with whatever. I just need to be shocked. I just want to be like, whoa, what the fuck? They just did that shit. Whether it be a character get killed off in a certain way, I just want to be absolutely surprised. What's up, Lunga? That's all I want. Please just surprise me. Like my mouth needs a drop to my toes. I agree. That's all I want.
I agree. And I don't think that a variant Loki does that. You know what I mean? But
no, that definitely does not.
Yeah,
no, it definitely does.
If he's a crocodile Loki. Boom.
All right, but now what you're doing though, ignoring the crocodile thing. Now what you're doing though is you're sacrificing the narrative that they have been building for spectacular, right? For the spectacle.
Yeah, I get it.
The first thing he was like, "No, I wanted to be a variant Thanos." Like that's such a cheap spectacle based reveal that I respect you less now because of it, right? But then there's like
Spider-Man as the leader of the
TVA. That's not even like, what are we doing now?
This sounds all like what if stuff, not variant. I mean, they will be variants, but it sounds like what if stuff more than something.
That's what I'm saying. It's definitely a page out of like, what if everybody was a zombie?
Well, my thing is,
Yellow. You think it might be Miss Minutes? Hey.
If you saw Tara Strong's TikTok, you
right,
okay with
facts. Oh man, let me see if I can pull that up. That shit was deep. Niggas had a lot.
So let me ask this: If it is Miss
brag.
Minutes,
I don't wanna
would
brag.
that bother you guys?
Nah, not
No,
really.
no, Hanzo, they have to do it like this. It needs to be a clock in a cloak with a stick figure body, giant white gloves.
It needs to be accurate. It needs to be completely accurate.
Yeah.
And the hands got to be Mickey Mouse hands and big white 3-finger hands.
Facts. Facts.
It has to be that, and then it's perfect. It's gonna be a giant clock in the villain. If the villain is Miss Minutes, I wouldn't shoot. I think I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh at that. If it is Miss Minutes, that would be funny.
Miss Minutes is definitely a program created and to help hide this stuff. She was stalling, obviously. She was
absolutely.
For a supposedly an AI that's pre-recorded that doesn't, she was literally stalling when Ravonna wanted information, waiting for the TV to get there. So
and Ravonna, whatever her name is, didn't tell her to do that, right? She just did it on her own. So yeah, you can tell that that
the whole joke of which we know isn't real. What about the void spaceship that just conveniently exists?
That shit was crazy. That shit was so crazy. What? I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. It's like when your child tries to walk past you in the living room and they're hiding something behind their back. Hold on, slow down. What are you doing? Come here.
Nah, man. I knew when they said that they was bullshit. I was like, a random ship out of nowhere can go there.
Right. Because she was stalling. Because Ravonna didn't even know about it.
That was the point of it.
She was like, literally just said no one knew about.
There's no way to travel there. And then they're like, all right, then I'm whatever Sylvie said. She's like, oh wait, but what about the void travel device? Come on, bitch. Did you even try? It was good, but it was funny. It was funny.
Now, quick remark: is Tara Strong mixed or is she white?
I think
she as far as I know, she is a Caucasian. But
okay, because she looks extra mixed in this angle. I don't know what she did with the filters or what she did with this, but
she used bronzer and she had plastic surgery done on her mouth. That's what she did. Same thing all of the white women do.
Oh, hey y'all! The finale for Loki's coming up this Wednesday. Don't hesitate to let us know how we're doing. Mwah.
Damn, she got me hard.
God, I was I'm like, damn.
See, they're feeling like I was after that. You showed me that.
I enjoyed the video, but I didn't have this aggressive of a response to it. I don't know. It's just Chaos was like, "Damn, she got me hard." Like, what the fuck, my nigga? I don't need to know.
I always knew of Tara Strong, but I never really looked at her enough.
Yeah,
to really look at her body and stuff and check her out.
Now you fully appreciate Harley Quinn now, don't you?
My body. But I never really took a good grasp at her, but she looked good. She got that body.
And I'm saying, when I watch the show and I hear the voice, it's like, whatever. But now I'm looking at that video. Yeah, baby, come talk to me like that. You know what I mean? Come talk to me. I'll take it. Oh shit! But Lunga, what are your predictions for this episode of Loki?
Mephisto is going to obviously be the villain.
Obviously,
no, don't
we saw him in the window.
LDG's gonna
together.
We saw him in the stained glass window. The whole WandaVision thing, the entire WandaVision series was just a setup for him to be revealed here. No, but seriously, it was. I still like the idea of Kang being behind it. They've kind of. Like Yellow said before, whereas the whole Mephisto thing was kind of like just people running away with themselves with Easter eggs. This one seems more pointed, like it's actually building towards it.
They are pointing to it.
Yeah, but I am still wary and not believing that they're going to full on out bring in Kang or show Kang or reveal him here. I think if anything, it might be a name drop, like when Miss Minutes is going through the files for Ravonna. Or when they reveal if it is another Loki who's actually in a castle, maybe there's a after credit scene at the end that reveals Kang is actually behind it all. But I don't think we're gonna get a full on Kang reveal or Kang thing other than a hint or Easter egg of him being actually behind stuff.
I agree with you 100%. Again, like I said, I don't, especially when you go with the history of what they've been doing in their series, right? I don't see them bringing in Kang. I see maybe an end credit scene where they show him or something like that. But to say he's going to be the one in that throne and be the big baddie, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm going with a Loki variant. But what if it's actually a variant of Sylvia? I mean, even though she's Loki,
she is
right?
Loki.
No, I know, but I'm saying like it's another evil female her then, instead of like a variant of Loki.
We still got that scene from the trailers of him with the gold armor and the throne behind him, and I mean,
yeah. I know.
It's unless that was just a trick, and that's not actually in there. They just put it in there just to trick us.
That could be her in disguise when they first show up, and then she get punched in the face and turns back to her real self. Who knows?
Or what if
some
she
illusion? Like you could have all this, or just that kind of. It could be a bunch of different things. But I still think it's going to be
the king and she's the queen.
A man behind the curtain with the man behind the curtain with the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Like
it's too much. It's too much.
Wizard of Oz, basically, guys. Wizard of Oz.
You got to remember this is the MCU, and if the MCU has been anything, they've been pretty simple this whole time.
Who's this idiot in the chat? Oh wait, he's in the panel.
Shit.
Why don't you just come at me, K-Dots? Don't come at me in the chat. Come at me with your voice. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
Manga, I know what you want. All right,
Who's this idiot in the chat? Oh wait, he's in the panel. I was looking for an idiot. You son of a bitch. I was like, which idiot is he talking? Oh, that one.
Lund is not being truly honest about what he wants in the show, guys. He wants the villain to be a thing in a cloak with a stick figure body, and the head is mechanical web shooters. That's what he really wants. It's okay if you want that, Lunga. I'm not judging, but be honest with what you want, bro.
I'm good. I'm good. It's okay. I mean, I revealed my true self. Tobey Maguire is the worst Spider-Man ever. It's okay. It's all right. It's
Whoa. Chill. What's going on? What's happening now?
Wait, hold on.
Tobey
Maguire is the Spider-Man is 60 Spider-Man. Give him a chance.
Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man.
Spider-Man from the 70s TV show is the best Spider-Man that ever existed. You know this, K-Dots. Come on.
Oh, from the 70s show? First off, yeah, we're going that far.
With them big aluminum bracelets.
100%. And when he's walking up the walls and up the buildings and shit, that shit is fire, bro.
He's just floating up the walls, just floating.
but to be real, other than him, like Tobey Maguire, best Spider-Man ever. I care what you guys say.
I mean, I don't say he's the worst, but I did.
Toby's great, bro.
Again, when I say that, it's tongue in cheek. It's mostly about
Of course.
When I watch them now in
it's organic webbing is what it is.
Well, that's one.
Yeah,
that was a fatal.
But I've always had an
that
issue
was
with
the baddest. Yeah,
it's more or less.
I don't know.
I
loved it.
I think I gave Sam Raimi way more credit than he deserved, because when I've watched these movies after the fact, it is literally a superhero version of Evil Dead. It's bad.
Like, no, he has a very specific
and,
style that does not age well. It has not aged well. I love Spider-Man 2. I think it's an incredible movie. I think it's one of the best Spider-Man movie we've ever had. It's hard to go back and watch it at this point.
Yes,
it's just
that scene when the doctors are working on Doc Ock.
Oh,
that was right out of the cabin. It was right out of the cabin.
Oh my God.
With the saws and stuff.
It's so plagued by its time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just so. And Sam Raimi again, he has this thing. He makes great stuff. 7 years later, you significantly care less.
Better not
about
do it to
stuff.
Doctor Strange too. That's all I'm going to say. You better not screw up Doctor Strange.
First of all, Hotep Brother Feige X isn't going to allow for that. Okay, Hotep Brother Feige X, who's eradicating white supremacy, one Doctor Strange cameo at a time, is not going to allow for Sam Raimi to come in here and ruin his goddamn MCU.
Who you? Who you? I saved you from obscurity. Who are you?
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
like I said, man, I'm hoping we get something good tonight. I really do. I just wanted to address this comment real quick. According to Anzo, I'm Yellow simp. Absolutely. On that stream today, yes, 100%. Like Yellow couldn't say no wrong on that motherfucker today. And I was just like, nah,
but I was only saying right shit though. So
nah, you're talking shit.
If I'm only saying
we're all right
shit,
in our mind.
how is it?
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Dark Sage 91. Yeah, what is your question, man? Pop it out if you got one. Not a problem. We'll answer it. But yeah, simping hard. But it's okay. It's all good.
But first of all, if you're gonna simp for anybody, I'm obviously the right person to do it for. Because like,
really,
I'm just so. You know what I mean?
What?
Like,
yeah, exactly. I think he needed a phantom zone for that one.
Anzo, I gotta deal with him. I gotta deal with him every day. I mean, how do you think I feel?
I can imagine, bro. I can imagine. There's only so much yellow you could take. I get it.
What is this? What is this? I'm not in any way oppressive. You guys are crazy.
Oh shit. He was speaking.
What were we talking about?
Nah.
What were we talking about?
Something about Yoki.
Hold on. You see, Mama Bear don't know. See, hold on, slow down. Yellow is not the biggest nerd in the world. I'm gonna let you know right now. Just keep this in mind. He calls the rest of us nerds.
But I do have a big nerdy brain though. See, like I'm just not like, super.
I know the minute I seen you guys playing fucking Dungeons and Dragons and shit, I was like, yes, I am definitely not that big of a nerd.
Yo,
definitely
don't sleep on Dungeons and Dragons, B. Don't sleep on Dungeons and Dragons.
No, I'm not sleeping on it.
It's kind of fire. It's kind of fire, yo.
I know it is. I'm
pure
just saying,
pure creative juices flowing on that show, Hanzo. You don't understand.
I've been
trying. I know, but when I see that, I think of like, what's that fucking movie where they did the Dungeons and Dragons shit? Role Models. When I see that, I think
LARPing, that's a different thing, bro.
That's different. We ain't dressing up.
I know.
But live action role play, bro.
We ain't running around in our backyard, swinging our aluminum foil swords at each other. That's not what we're doing.
It's just a matter. I would hope not. Oh, fuck, I would hope not. But I'm just
crazy,
saying,
bro.
It's just a matter of time before you guys have a cosplay stream and y'all dress up as the elf and warrior and this and that, and you're doing your Dungeons and Dragons and shit. I see it coming.
All I'm gonna say is, who has cat ears? That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, absolutely. This is why I can see it happening.
Look, I just asked him this. Yeah, I just asked
Jesus Christ.
I have never seen a comment that long on StreamYard. Oh my god!
I'm not even sure.
Hold on. Let me look over the top here. Okay, go ahead. Read it, Anzo.
Okay. One thing Marvel has done very well compared to many other franchises is flesh out their characters and actually give them meaning. But I worry at times all these side stories or movies that set up other films are going to either become a drag on the MCU or at some point not live up to what fans want. My question is, should Marvel continue to flesh out characters like Thanos and others and give them more background, or is it a risk at some point may backfire?
Shout out to that motherfucking question, bro. God, well thought out, well fucking worded, set up context for it. Yo, Dark Sage, shout out to you, my guy. I appreciate you. Like, I know I sound sarcastic and shit, but I'm dead ass, fam. Like, that was very fucking like, yo, shout out to you, fam. Hard hitting questions. Now you got another one coming up. I think I'm gonna have to ignore you for a few minutes. There's too many words back to back. But like that fucking question, let's go back to that, man. Should they spend more time fleshing out the characters that they have wasted up to this point? Is how I took that question.
That's the biggest complaint most of us have with Marvel as a whole in the MCU.
Absolutely.
Big 100%. Facts. They have a serious villain problem.
Yeah. He's talking characters in general. Like,
yeah. But he did mention Thanos, and so I decided to turn it into. I said it up front. I decided to turn it into everybody who they've wasted. Because while they didn't waste Thanos, right? They used Thanos incredibly well. He's now done. You know what I'm saying? And he's never coming back based on how the MCU has done things. There's a lot of other characters who they have wasted. Primarily, all of the villains, every single villain. right? Even the great ones, Killmonger, great villain, wasted him. One movie, one and done, gone. They need to revisit that stuff, and they need to give us more from these characters. They have villains that they can easily fix. Villains that
Ultron can easily fix and bring
Ultron.
back.
They had the prime opportunity. Me and Anzo was talking about it just the other day. Me and Lunga have talked about it ad nauseum. They had the prime opportunity to fix Ultron right there in WandaVision. Prime opportunity, but the MCU doesn't do that. So,
Absolutely.
I'll give a quick example. You know, I mean, I'll give a example of our hero characters, Hulk. You know, to me, character like Hulk, I don't even want to see him fleshed out no more. I don't want to see him do nothing with him. Just kill the character, get rid of him because he's trash. He will forever be known as Thanos' bottom bitch. He's Thanos' bottom bitch for life.
He can dab though.
Unfortunately,
No, he cannot. He did a terrible job. He looked the wrong way when he dabbed. He did the dab wrong. He was literally like, dab. He did the fucking that's one of Hulk Hogan's poses.
Drake? Have you paid attention to Drake at all?
Characters like Hulk is like he's done. I hope.
I have to agree with you.
His reputation is over, bro. He's great. He's Thanos' bottom bitch. He'll forever be known as that. You cannot fix that.
After what they did to Hulk,
he's done.
I don't want to.
I will never. I've gone on record. I will never forgive the Russos for what they did to the Hulk. But you can save Hulk. You can fix Hulk. There's no reason why you can't fix Hulk.
Yeah.
It's easy. One, we have short memories. The next time he does something cool, we're going to be like, the Russos ruined him. But this shit he did right here, this was fire. All they have to do is do something cool with him again. That's all they have to do.
The psychological nonsense with Hulk, he is a pendulum. It swings back and forth. He never stays in one kind of thing for a long period of time.
I agree. I agree. But I think the mistake was
again. That's when Hulk's good, when he's Savage Hulk, when he's just unhinged. That's all I want.
I think them giving us Professor Hulk was a huge mistake.
Yes.
I wouldn't have minded Professor Hulk. I hated the fact that they introduced him already as Professor Hulk.
Right.
Sitting in a diner, eating breakfast in a tracksuit like he's Tony Soprano with a bunch of kids.
Like he's Tony Soprano.
I mean, it's just... it was bad.
All of his character development that should have happened on screen. All of it. It should have happened. It should have happened on screen. And they had plenty of fucking time. They had a whole lot of time to tell a bunch of bad jokes. They had plenty of time to have him develop that on screen. But they went in a different direction. They wasted a whole bunch of time traveling and shit. So we got what we got.
I'll say this, Dark Sage, thank you for following on Twitch. Much appreciated. And he said, I will admit I did not see Black Widow and have zero interest in the movie because I simply do not care more background info or another story about her. How much more do we need to know about her character? I would say,
still watch it.
I would say to watch it same way. You know what I mean?
That shit is great.
Watch it. It's a good movie. But I feel him when you say that because I really didn't need to know if Black Widow, took down Dreykov and stuff. I didn't need to, but it was good to see.
Okay.
Because it wasn't for that. It's just Black Widow Scarlett Johansson she deserved to get her own movie. Like that's a wrong that you had. That's a wrong that you had to fix. For her not getting a movie, she had to get that. So that's why I appreciate the Black Widow movie because she deserved one. You say Hawkeye deserved one too, but she deserved a movie.
I agree.
Everyone else got a movie, the main six, besides Hawkeye, but she deserved something, and she got something.
She deserved one before. She deserved it before Captain Marvel.
Agree.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%, no question, fam. She put in the work. She put in the time. The movie is even set in between Civil War and Infinity War, so it's like it should have came out at that time, really. But I like what they did. Had they made it back then, we wouldn't have gotten the movie that we got. And I absolutely love all of the family stuff that they do in that movie. Those first two acts are fucking amazing. And then in the third act, it turns into a Marvel movie. It turns into a comic book movie, just like every other Marvel movie. There's a ridiculous action sequence, which I really like, but I can understand why people don't like it. And the villains are trash. So it's like it's the typical kind of Marvel thing. But those first two acts, man, the whole everything with the family, everything that they do up until that point, I love it. And there is some goddamn acting going on in that movie, fam. that like we've seen it in the Marvel series. We've seen Elizabeth Olsen do the acting. We've seen Vision do the acting. We watched Bucky and Sam do the act. Yeah, Bucky and Sam do the acting, and now we're seeing a little bit more acting with like Loki and stuff like that. We had never seen acting like this in a Marvel movie to this extent. We saw it in glimpses. Tony has been acting his fucking ass off in these goddamn movies, and I love it almost every single time. You understand me? Probably every time. I just said almost just in case there's a scene where I'm like, Tony, shut up, which I don't think there is. Right, but like for the most part, we haven't seen it like this. This crew, man, what they do with the family with Black Widow is amazing, and it is absolutely worth your time to watch it. I say check it out, bro, and you'll fall in love with Yelena just like everybody else have.
Yeah, I can kind of agree that the acting is pretty good, and I no longer doesn't like the family aspect of it, but I did too as well.
No. I didn't say I didn't like the family aspect. I liked the family aspect. I just thought they went away from it when we got to the third act.
Okay, got you.
Absolutely
Understandable. Which
it's a little bit there, but it's significantly less prevalent, and it's nowhere near as good as it was in the first two. Absolutely.
And I will answer this. Truly, they destroyed Hulk, one of the most powerful characters in Marvel, and they reduced him to jokes and bad CGI. I can never forgive Marvel for that.
CGI?
Well, no, I don't agree with the bad CGI. I just think the Hulk and Incredible Hulk was the best looking Hulk that we've had.
Okay, so yeah, it definitely changed as okay, all right, cool. Yeah,
I am seriously wondering because we know there's a deal with Universal and Marvel on usage of the Hulk. Okay, and we know that's why there's no solo Hulk movie because it's theirs. Okay,
because Universal has the distributor rights.
In the fine print, if they're like the reason why he was so limited in Endgame and Infinity War, I'm wondering that in the fine print you only could do so much with him.
Maybe
like they kind of exhausted it in Ragnarok, and then they kind of had to. I don't want to give the Russos that much, fam, because then I have to like consider forgiving them, and I will never forgive the Russos for what they did to the Hulk. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that bullshit.
And I don't think,
but it could be in all severity. It could be a situation where they had a limit and they reached it.
Yeah.
And look, Lunga, I'll say this: if that's the case, so they're going to use them in small doses. Even then, they should be able to make him, epic in those small doses. I don't think Universal has that much power to tell the Russos like, if you make Hulk beat the shit out of Thanos in this scene,
when they own the character, they do have that much power.
Yeah, they definitely. They can't make a Hulk movie because they have the power.
Did you forget all the finagling Feige did with Sony just to have Spider-Man?
yeah, I know, but I don't think that's Universal having them do that. I think that's on Feige and them having Hulk be the way he is. I don't think it's Universal.
It's possible. But I understand the narrative of. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you first. Go ahead. You first.
No, I was just saying, the whole thing I still said, in Infinity War, I understand the narrative building they were doing about they wanted to show how powerful Thanos was, and that's why he knocked out the Hulk. I get it,
and it makes perfect sense.
But then bench him the rest of the way. That's where it's just like,
yeah.
And so for me, right?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, for me, I find if you have Hulk, if they show Hulk power during the other movies, right, where he's just wrecking people, and then you put him in Infinity Wars and he gets wrecked by Thanos, then you're like, oh shit. But I don't think Hulk has really done anything in the movies to make me say, oh yeah, okay. You know what I mean?
He wrestled Fenrir.
He wrestled a god's dog.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He beat up minions. He beat up minion robots and Chitauri.
Did he take down one of those Chitauri ships on his own? Pretty much, kind of.
Yeah, what's up?
He punched the whale directly in his face. And it stopped in its tracks. But y'all want to act like the Hulk ain't never done nothing. Like, come on, y'all gotta stop it. Him and the Hulkbuster fight, bro. That's an incredible fight, fam.
That was trash.
Whatever.
That was trash. Hulk should have broke that fucking Hulkbuster because
he broke it multiple times. Reinforcements came down from the sky to repair it. He broke it multiple times. Okay,
he should have done worse because I was going back just
Tony was on his heels the whole time. He was literally
the whole time. He was barely making it, bro.
Nah, I don't think so.
And then he dropped a building on him.
Tony was struggling, but Hulk still should have won that fight because Tony sucker punched him. He got knocked out. Next scene, Bruce Banner
and had him on the ground. Had him
up.
on the ground. Had him on the ground. Was just punching off his face. Pop, 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 pop.
Go
Like,
to sleep,
what
go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. And then the Hulk
Really?
stared at the fist that was punching him. Remember? And then what did Tony say? Uh-oh. Come on.
Yeah,
We gotta stop this. We gotta stop this, bro.
To me, he still got the better half, right? And like I was saying, I was watching this video on the best What If comics, right? And I know What If whatever, but they were showing
No.
like,
What if it's fire? I love what
No,
ifs.
I know
love them
I
all
know
the
they
time.
are. I know they are, but they're what ifs, right? So they're not really kind of what I'm saying is. But they go back to Planet Hulk and all this stuff, and they explained how powerful Hulk is in the comics, like how powerful he is. And I just don't think the MCU has shown that, right? So I think if they would have shown that how powerful he is, and then he gets beat by Thanos so quick like that, then you have a real threat to be like, holy shit. You know, he just beat fucking Hulk. But they have this running joke through Hulk, the whole thing where him and Thor, I'm the powerful Avenger and I'm the power. And in the comics, there's no doubt it's Hulk. So I just think that they did that completely wrong.
Yeah, that's why I say in Endgame, I always say this. They had the perfect chance to give us like a juiced up Super Hulk when he snapped his fingers, because they said there was gamma radiation inside the stones. Gamma radiation is good for the Hulk. And that was a perfect chance to give us this, type of World War Hulk type of character. Like a juiced up Hulk. He jumps out of the rubble, it's all green and glowing and stuff, smoking, and then he comes out and he's ready to fight. Like, they had a perfect chance, and the Russo brothers didn't deliver on it. They set it up when he snapped his fingers.
I don't need your steroid stacker 2 Hulk, but he absolutely should have done more things in that end fight. He didn't really do anything in that end fight, like, at all. It was Ant-Man had more like screen time getting busy during that end fight than the Hulk did, and that's
Yellow.
That's trash.
He threw a minion.
Yeah. That was He
threw it with his good arm. Even when he was running into battle. His little arm is just dead, and he's going.
And that's the thing,
like,
the arm not healing bothers me too. I don't like that. Hulk has a now they could change that, but I've heard where they said
it could have
that
just taken longer.
No, yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, I heard them saying that Hulk's arm is supposed to be permanently like that, and
Russo said that.
Yeah, I'm not really fond of that. If they do,
it can change though. But the Russos did.
I doubt that that's going to be a thing. Again, the Russos ruined Hulk. I'm never going to forget him for that. But the MCU can easily fix him, and they're not going to make it so that the Hulk doesn't heal. That's silly. It doesn't have to be permanent, like, especially because it's.
I hope not. Right, I hope not, because Hulk's healing factor can rival Wolverine's. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I really hope that they don't do that, and I want to see a more powerful. Like, I don't want there to be a question to who's more stronger, Hulk or Thor. That's not a question. At least not in the comics, right?
No, well, yes, but like Hulk has a very specific guideline for him to be the strongest person in the world.
The anger
right?
he gets, the stronger he gets.
Yep.
And with the relationship that him and Bruce have in the MCU, it makes sense that like Thor's the only other guy. He's the only other guy, right? We saw, and like looking at
strength.
Right, he's the only other guy. And then when you look at how the Hulk throws Thor around in the first Avengers movie, he's like, Thor's like, hey, bang, boom. He gets tossed through the whole aircraft carrier shit. That whole little fight, until he until he falls out of it or whatever the fuck they do with him.
And 100% I get that, right? But then you get Thor Ragnarok, and I did not like that fight at all. As cool as it looked, I did not like that fight, because I'm of the, like, Hulk would have smashed fucking Thor in that arena, right? You go back and you watch some of the comics, Hulk smashes Thor all the time. You go back to watch even the cartoon, Hulk versus Thor. Hulk literally kills Thor in that fucking cartoon. Yes, Loki had him raged up and everything, whatever, and that's why he got more powerful. But at the end of the day, I just think that when it comes to the power level of the Hulk, they dumb it down, and that's one of the issues, him being my favorite characters that I have. So like I said, they've pretty much destroyed the Hulk for that, so I wouldn't be, if they fix him, yes, hey, yeah, we got some good Hulk. But if they're gonna give us the same old Hulk and stuff, I don't want to see that.
Anzo, to be fair, I feel you. But in general, with all the strong characters, even in DC, they do this in DC too. Even with all their OP characters, they always downplay their power set. Like even in the Loki show,
I agree.
Bucky and Falcon the Winter Soldier, like his skills, fighting skills, and everything he downgraded a bit. Bucky was still good in Falcon Winter Soldier, but his skills, his fighting skills, even his strength downgraded a lot.
I agree. And I think that's an issue that we have with the MCU as well, right? That they downgrade their power
OP characters. They're not OP, but they're clearly superhuman. They're stronger characters.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen more. Dark said, for example, Loki, is it really needed for him to have his own show just so that we can know more about him? I think the Loki show, and I think all of these shows, right? Like I've said, it's not really. Yes, they tie into movies, but I'm saying I think they're more to get backstories on the characters, right? Because if you look at WandaVision, we get WandaVision. She's now the Scarlet Witch. She has the Darkhold, so she's reading the power. So instead of doing that in the Multiverse of Madness, you do a series to show how she gets that powers. And then when we get to Multiverse of Madness, you could just go right into it, right? You don't have to explain that stuff. Same thing with Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? He gets the shield, but he gives it up or whatever, and they show all his struggles of him becoming Captain America, so that now when he has his movie, he's already Captain America, so you don't have to show none of that. So I think that's more what these shows are about than anything else.
And it's to spend time. It's to spend time with characters, exploring characters that we don't. Well, we spent a lot of time with Loki, but people wanted more Loki time. Loki's a big character. We never spent enough time with Wanda, and I feel like they did a good job setting her character up over the 5 movies that she showed up in, or however many it was. Right? They did a good job, but we never quite spent enough time with Wanda and Sam and Bucky. This is an important transitional period, so it's like it's exploring these characters that people really like. Right, that have stories that need to be expounded on. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to be expounded on. Now, I think less so with Loki. I don't think we needed a Loki series. I didn't. But now that we see that they're using the Loki series to kind of push forward the time travel stuff with the MCU, it makes sense that happens in a Loki series. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't really, I can't think of anybody else. Maybe Ant-Man, you know, if there was like some kind of weird Ant-Man series, then maybe that could work. But Ant-Man is a really, really popular MCU movie. So.
And this is the thing, because I remember now. Gaishka says, Tony, Universal is using the right Hulk rights, and let's see what Marvel does with it. My question is, did they have the rights to Hulk, or did they just have the rights to distribute the movies? Because I'm not. Yeah,
Universal.
They have the rights to him. That's why Marvel can't do a solo movie.
Yeah, they have the rights to the movies. They have the rights to make Hulk movies.
Hulk movies, but they don't have. That's why Marvel can use them, because they don't really have the right to the character. But if Marvel were to make the movie,
there's a bunch of different things. Like animated, they can. Like I believe the MCU can do whatever they want animated.
Yeah. With all the characters, they can.
Right. Marvel has all the animated stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. But it's like if we're talking about live action solo Hulk movie, MCU doesn't have any rights to do that.
Because what I heard was, and like I said, it was a while back, but what I heard was Marvel can make the Hulk movies. It's just that Universal would have to distribute them. And that's what Marvel doesn't want. That's what I heard. So I'm not 100% sure, but I remember hearing that. That's why I was asking, because there is so much red tape with these things, you know, and it's just like, which is this and which is that.
But it's not, it's not a distribution thing. It's specifically the rights to making a movie with that character. Marvel sold off a bunch of their characters so that they could stay a company, and then everybody started making movies and shit. That's how we got that first Ang Lee Hulk movie. And since then, Universal the rights have never reverted back. I don't know what the terms of that deal is, why they haven't gone back, because they didn't make a movie. But then because Marvel, before Disney got them, they wanted to start making Marvel Studios and doing this whole connected universe thing. They made the Hulk movie with Universal. They had like a partnership deal with Universal and Paramount. they had their deal to make the movie, and then after that, when Disney bought them, Disney was like, "Hey, Universal, give us our stuff back, or let us buy it." And Universal was like, "Nah, this is going to make too much money for us. But if you want to use them, you can." They have some kind of deal about using them, and but he can't have his own movie. That's the only stipulation of their deal. You cannot make your own movie with this character.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
I see Lunga's looking it up, so
I'm trying to find it to see if I find anything, but it's like it's so obscure. It looks like because there's never any real answers,
solid information. Yes, I agree.
Right, and the only thing I see answers on are just people giving answers like on Reddit or on Quora, which I don't necessarily trust as
right.
Yeah,
answers.
we need to get something from the mouth of Marvel or Universal or something like that for to be credible, because everybody can
even
make
if
their
there's
own speculation.
even if there's a reputable publication like Hollywood Reporter or something that talked about it, at least I could trust that a little bit. But these doesn't seem to find anything definitive. I'm going to keep looking. I'll see if I can find anything that's a little more.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's be honest. Yeah, man. What's that? Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that. Let's be honest, Marvel makes a lot of mistakes as well. We just let it slide for some reason. You know why we let it slide? Because the movies are good.
Yeah. And they earned it.
Yeah.
They earned it.
And I don't know that we let it slide. I don't really let them slide. I use any mistake, flaw that I see, I point it out.
Call them
and
out.
I cry
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
I cry about it every time. Because especially like there's certain things that I don't care about. Like people want to take an issue with Black Widow falling down and hitting things on her way down, like slowing down her fall. And it's impossible, she would die. You all sound silly to me, but ultimately I don't care about that, right? But a villain problem or an unbalanced humor problem, these are real serious issues that completely take me out of the narrative. You feel what I'm saying? And these are problems that they need to fix that the MCU has always struggled with. Even when it was brand new and it was just Iron Man and Ironmonger, right? Like, I love Jeff Bridges' portrayal of that character. I love it. But the motivations are very thin. And money, Tony! Money! So, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just he's just Tony, he's just Iron Man, but thicker and gray. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, whatever.
That's why I'll say this on it, because I tell Ash this all the time. She doesn't believe me, but it can happen. Kevin.
All right, so I found something on Forbes.
The MCU has gained. The MCU put in the work. Now they can get away with whatever they want. They can, because they put in the work and people trust them. Mm-hmm. Kevin Feige could put out a movie about a piece of poop with cape on it and say it's the MCU, he'll make $1 billion.
All right, what are we talking about now? What are we doing?
That sounds a little simping. That sounds a little bit simping. That's what that sounds like to me.
What are we talking about?
Simping right there.
Look,
I wouldn't say $1 billion, but
we have a group TV show coming. Like, they can get away with whatever they want. Like,
I wouldn't say
an incredibly popular character.
No, because there's a lot of people criticizing what he. Some certain. Listen, let's be fair. There's a lot of Marvel fans criticizing the series. Okay, that's
I do. I agree.
All of y'all haters.
I don't think it'll hurt them. Because there's still that majority that will, defend ride for the MCU.
Oh yeah, because they still have faith.
But it's because they enjoy it though.
Feige, we trust.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's entertaining.
You could still say at the end, even if I didn't like this, it was a good movie. That's because their production values are high.
Right. And they do such a good job. And somebody said it earlier. They do such a good job developing their main characters. They do such an incredible job developing their heroes, their protagonists, whoever that movie is about. Right, who's ever the focus of that movie. They do a great job with that every time. Like
they do a great job of that every time, repeating the same story with each character. Yeah. They do a great job with that. If it works once, let's just keep doing it.
There is a formula, but it's not the exact same every time with each character. Let's not do that now. But yes, they are very formulaic, and they do need to find a way to spice that up because it's getting tired. If they don't fix this villain problem, I'm out. I've been saying it since Endgame.
That's a lie. That's a lie. But here's the thing. Here's the other thing too that people gotta keep in mind is they hook us with this shared universe thing. To where we'll go through the bad movies to wait for the good stuff to come. And that's
absolutely.
When they start putting out multiple bad movies at a time, then maybe we could say that, but they don't do that. They haven't really. They've had bad movies, but it's like there's like what
one bad movie. Yeah,
solidly, there's like 4 bad
Captain
movies
Marvel,
out of 24 of them. Right? Go ahead.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 around the same time.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Dark World. That's pretty much it, though. Like that's it.
So this Forbes article is old. It's from 2015. So sometimes could have changed.
It has to be old.
It could have changed then, but this is what it says. Marvel regained the film production rights to the Hulk in 2005 after Universal's license of the character lapsed due to failure to enter production on a sequel of 2003's Ang Lee's film Hulk. In February 2006, Morton Handel, then chairman of Marvel Entertainment, said during an earnings report, several watershed events in 2005 has set the stage for the next phase of Marvel's growth. Feige. We are actively working on scripts for Captain America, Ant-Man, Nick Fury. In addition, the rights for Hulk and Iron Man reverted back to Marvel. This is in 2005. Later in 2006, Marvel successfully regained the film production rights to Captain America and Thor as well. But despite obtaining the cinematic rights to the Hulk movies, Marvel did not obtain distribution rights. Universal held those rights, and today I can confirm the exact situation is that Universal currently retains the right of first refusal to distribute any Hulk films in the future. So they're cock-blocking. If for some reason Universal chose to forego distribution, then Disney would immediately pick up the distribution rights for the Hulk. So Universal has no claim at all on the production rights, and their distribution rights are dependent on exercising their option, which remains in full effect at the moment. So what they're doing is literally just
cock blocking. Yeah.
So that's exactly what Anzo said.
Yeah.
Yes. They I knew it. I knew they had the rights to Hulk. It's just distributing it. But I mean, like, why the fuck just not make a deal? You know what I mean? Just make a fucking deal with them.
Because since they own the distribution rights, they get a piece of everything, no matter what happens. So it's free money.
I get you.
It's free money doing nothing except signing a piece of paper.
They distribute the film, so they gotta but it's way less money than they're definitely making crazy bank off of that for little reason. But distribution does cost money.
Yeah, but they don't take any of the losses from the movie if the movie's not good. If it's horrible, you could say technically their cut would be less than the distribution costs, but it would have to be a bomb.
Because distribution is not that much. No,
right?
They're making a lot of money.
And here comes your boy. Bullshit.
I'm good.
MCU excuses. Hulkbuster never beat Hulk in the comics.
Hulkbuster never beat Hulk in the MCU.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Hanzo, have you read a comic book, Hanzo? Or you just look at the covers? Have you read anything? Do you know?
I look at the covers, man. That's all. I can't read. You guys know that shit.
Oh, man. That's pathetic, Hanzo.
I can't read for shit. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I agree with her, man. Like, I just find
You're wrong.
Well, no, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have the power of the internet.
Clip. You know, I'm gonna clip that and I'm gonna mix it. Right? I agree with Nerd Man. I agree. I agree with Nerd
Man. No, please don't.
That's hilarious.
I'm about to go trim that shit out of this stream right now because I can't fucking believe that I said I agreed with Nerdman. Nerdman is the same fucking dude who put Infinity Wars and fucking Captain Marvel.
Bro, that's why I don't respect. That's why I can't. When he says anything, as soon as he says never beat the Hulk, don't care. You put Infinity War next to Captain Marvel, fam. I don't care. You said these two movies are of similar quality. That's what you said. That's what you said, bro. It's above, it's ahead of it, it's to the left of it. What are you talking
about? Who's going to win? No Abomination or current MCU Hulk? You know what's funny?
Is fighting Wong in a cage, so I feel like Hulk still got something for him.
I agree with that, but they and I didn't get to see a good glimpse. Like, you see a little bit of Abomination, but to me, he looks like the same he does in the Incredible Hulk movie. So why the fuck couldn't you
he's different.
He looks different?
No, he has like the weird ear thing.
He's evolved.
I thought he
Okay.
was a different creature because of the like. I know in the comics he has the gill ears or whatever, but like the
Yellow's
abomination
like, why
that we
is he
saw,
fighting Merman?
it was I didn't know what it was. The abomination that we saw in Incredible Hulk didn't have that, so I was like, but you know, it was Abomination.
Yeah,
It's
I know
definitely him.
that, but that's why I said he kind of looked the same. I have to go back and look because it looked kind of the same
Yeah.
to me. Just a little bit of alterations or whatever, you know, but same size, same kind of look to him.
Yeah. It's
So
mostly
I'm
the
like,
same. Yeah.
so if that's the case, why couldn't you have given us the Hulk that was in that movie? Why did you have to change the way he looked? You know, and in Avengers, Hulk moves around like a gorilla, like a monkey, and
I loved it so much.
I
loved
that.
it.
I hate
Oh,
it.
how? That's the savage. That's the Hulk that you want. The animal that y'all all complain. He was literally taking 2, 3, 4 like grunts out at a per swing. He was just, and they were all around.
But
Supreme awareness. People were sneaking up. He snatched a dude, threw it at another dude, and he just it's
that
so
was fine. But the way he's
Hulk
walking,
smash.
the way he moves, you know, he runs around, he hops around like a gorilla in that movie, and I'm just like, why the fuck do they make Hulk look like this? And I'm gonna say this: the Hulk from the Incredible Hulk looks like it would fucking rip the Hulk from the MCU in half.
They're the same Hulk, but
yes,
but I guess I guess you can.
Yeah, remember that is actually
like,
part of the MCU.
He looks more like a dude. He looks more like a dude that's like super powered. And he definitely felt more like vicious. He definitely felt more ruthless in the Incredible Hulk, especially when he kicked Tim Roth. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was one of the best part of that movie too, right? Because Tim Roth standing there and they're like, and he just kicks him out the way, and the way he crumps up on the wall and shit. I was like,
that shit was crazy.
That shit was fire. Yeah, man.
He
I like
flattened him, yo.
I like that shit. So I just don't like what they've done with the Hulk, and I hope they redeem him. I really do, because right now what they're doing with him is just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I say it's a good consensus. I think most Marvel fans,
the Russos ruined it.
Didn't like
the Russos ruined it.
Yeah, I agree with that. What's this we got showing here?
Yeah, Abomination.
Oh, okay, boy, man. You can see the ears.
Yeah.
Trying to get a good light, but this is pretty good, I guess. You can see the ears and shit. So he's a little bit different, but he looks greener too, because he was like super brown in the other one.
I'm sorry, but he's supposed to fucking wreck Wong.
Well, Wong is a sorcerer, though. Come on, he has magic on his side.
Like, he kind of does. He does knock him out. He kind of does.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, yeah, Wong doesn't exactly do incredibly well against him.
I hope not, man.
All he did was not die.
Look, he hit that thing so hard, his cape is going through the chains. Look, see the CGI mess up there? Look at that.
Right.
He's bleeding through the chains right now. He's going.
991 stupid.
To the limit.
I've never seen you before, but thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
Shout out to you.
Absolutely. He says, off topic, but Taskmaster, how do you screw up Taskmaster? Remember Ghost? They made her a woman and made her more cooler. Taskmaster shouldn't have any problems fitting in the plot, but nope. Well, yeah, I think that was
nothing to do with it, to be honest.
No, absolutely. 100%. You know what I mean? And that's what I've said many times. Hey, what's up, Danny? Glad you can make it. And that's what I've said many times. The gender swap shit didn't bother me. It's just didn't really do much.
He just bounces.
Like for me,
yeah, no, it made no difference.
Scene alone,
the movie. Go ahead.
That scene alone. No, I was just saying that scene alone makes me want to see this movie. Shang-Chi.
I fucking love this trailer, bro. I am so excited about it. I was excited about Shang-Chi before we had a trailer. I was excited about Shang-Chi after the trailer, the teaser trailer that people apparently didn't like because there was too much Aquafina on it. After seeing this, bro, get the fuck out of here. Fam, Yellow Panther, I am tuning in. All right. I am front row seat, fam. Like, I am excited about this.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
The 10 rings look super fine. Everybody's like, but the rings on his hand, not on his arm. Shut up. The Mandarin isn't Tu Wong Fu or whatever the fuck his name is. Fu Manchu. Oh, it looks so cool.
And he has two of them. and Mandarin has the other 8, and the color change.
Well, no, it's dope because he
man.
has 2 in his hands, but then the rest of them are like split between them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool, bro. It's so cool. It looks so. And then there's a fucking dragon, bro. All right, but we supposed to be talking about Loki, man. We supposed to be talking about Loki. What the fuck was? How did we get here? The hell?
Yeah. Danny, so what's up, guys? What's up, guy in the bottom corner under Anzo? That's Lunga, Danny. What's up? Yeah, you were saying something before you put on the trailer, and well, because I burned, I completely forgot what you said. So
yeah, me too.
I said all the time, I'm the one that smokes, and you're the one that forgets all the time.
I remember it's trash. I smoked a lot of weed. All right, I stopped, but I put in a lot.
He didn't
of work,
lose his memory. He didn't lose his memory.
I put in a lot of work, but I don't know. We're talking about how the Russos ruined the Hulk, and I think that they can save him. That's pretty much it. All y'all like, oh, the MCU's, oh, the Hulk's never been good. I think you're wrong about that. He's been underutilized, absolutely, but I think he's always been good. And I think they create circumstances where they have to interrupt the fight all the time, right? That's why people are like, the Hulk's been trash. They keep interrupting the fights. That's what's been happening every time, right? So,
but in Thor Ragnarok, if they didn't interrupt the fight, Thor would have beat him.
We don't have any reason to think that that's true. Even with his superpower state, the Hulk that you all love, what does he do when he gets hit? He gets madder, he gets stronger. That's what happens. There's no reason to think that he would have beat him. He surprised him because he got struck by lightning. He didn't expect that to happen. He was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And then he got off the wall and was like, and came back for more, because that's what the Hulk does, right?
I don't know.
The only time he lost was versus Thanos, and that was specifically a tactics thing. That was technique. The Thanos busted him down. He said, "Hold on, bing bang boom, bing bing. Hold on. So let me show you how we shoot these hands." You feel me?
Hold on. I gotta combat this comment.
Go ahead,
because it's the comment itself is a contradiction.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's just start right here. I mean, you can argue bad, good writing, whatever, all day, sure. But the act of writing is being creative. Nerd man, just understand it. The act, you may not like their creativity, but it's still being creative. To tell a writer they don't want to be creative is an oxymoron. That doesn't make. They're trying to. Sometimes, to maybe try to prove your comment right, that happens because they're trying to be too creative with it. And it comes out bad because they come up with things that don't make sense except in their mind when they were writing it. But they're trying to be creative. That's the whole point. It's just, and they are thinking outside the box, because instead of using the same, sure, we'll take Superman for example, because that's the biggest OP character that everyone has the issues writing with, if they have any issues, because like nothing hurts the guy, okay, except kryptonite. So what do you always fall back on every time there's something going on with Superman? What is it? It's kryptonite. And you can only write kryptonite so many times before it starts to repeat itself. There's only so much you can do with it. Okay.
Yeah, so one time is the only time you can write it before it repeats itself.
Right. But like Donner actually got really good with it if you think about it, because he did the whole changing the light, the sunlight, and the colors, and that actually was really creative. Another thing they always forget to use, very rarely I see, is magic. One of Superman's biggest weaknesses is magic.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why Shazam can get ahead of Superman sometimes, because of his powers are magical. Superman does have a weakness to it. You've seen this Mxyzptlk fuck up Superman all the time. I mean, there's lots of ways you can do it, if you really think about it. And sometimes the writers just go on the wrong trail. So it's not that they're not being creative, they're just trying to be too creative with it.
But you absolutely make a good point, right? Because a lot of people say, oh, there's no creativity anymore. But yes, when you're writing something, you are being creative. Maybe it may seem like something we've seen before, but we've seen so much things in this world now. It's really rare that we get to see things that we really haven't seen anymore. You know what I mean? So whatever you want to say, a writer writing a story, it's definitely being creative. 100%. 100%. Now, he said we let it slide because the movies are successful. They are
lies. There's been so many movies that I've gotten heat for that are successful, and I say it's trash. Just because
Absolutely. Absolutely. Me too.
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok. Everybody loves it. I hate it.
Right. We do need some clarification here, because are we talking about general fans or MCU stans? Okay. Are there MCU stans? If they're a stan, they don't care if it's successful. They're gonna say, "I love this movie." Like people who let's say love Thor: Dark World, right? Mm-hmm. They don't care if it was a failure. If they love it because they're an MCU stan. So it doesn't have to be successful for them to love it. Now, general audiences, sometimes they do have a tendency of, if they see a movie tracking after the first week and it's making a lot of money, you'll see general audience flocking because everyone else is doing it, and people can be lemmings and they'll just keep building on a movie if that happens. Yeah. So there's a possibility with that, but that's a general audience. Mm-hmm. And what are the general audiences there? They're for popcorn munchers. Just the same reason why Fast and Furious keeps making money.
Same reason why that god awful the Transformers franchise kept going.
Right.
Fucking right. And I think when Nerdman's talking, he is actually talking about us, like Marvel fans. You know what I mean? I don't think he's talking about. Yeah, but you can't take
anything he says seriously because he put Infinity War next to Captain Marvel. That's a serious flaw. When he was like, "I love Black Widow," I had to look at it more critically. I was like, "Wait a minute, there must be something wrong here." But a broke clock is right twice a day, right?
So he's going on some more. If I was being fair, Captain Marvel is a better movie than Infinity War.
Oh my god. Oh my god! I'll get to that. First off, this is a question. So, who do you think is in the lighthouse castle at the end of time? Maybe Mephisto. Definitely not Mephisto.
Mephisto or Manifesto?
It's definitely Manifesto. It's definitely Mephisto. Yeah, no question.
Yeah, like I said, we all think it's probably going to be a Loki variant, you know. And if it's not, then they'll have done something different and it might be more interesting.
You want me to set up the perfect end credit scene?
Sure.
They go there, it's a Loki variant, right? They do whatever battle they have to do, thinking they win, this and that, blah, blah. And then the end credit scene is Miss Minutes talking to someone.
Yes, reporting on what happened. Yes, right. yes. Mm-hmm. And then what do we see though? How do we know it's Kang? Is it a hand? Do they do the claw from Inspector Gadget? They just put a hand there.
Petting the cat with a shadow with the chair turned.
Exactly.
Right, because Kang has already been cast, right? So they could simply do something with that at the end. But I think it'll be a Loki variant. And like I said, or like you said, if we do get a Kang sighting, it's going to be like an after credit scene or something real quick, but it's not going to be he's not going to be the person that they're going to fight.
Miss Minutes hiding a file that says the word Kang on it,
or some shit,
something like that.
Yeah. And of course, and they don't develop their fucking characters. The characters are incredibly thin in the MCU. What a joke, Yellow. There are multiple characters with absolutely no internal worlds or motivation. Really?
People like to use other people's names in their sentences as if it gives them more credibility or something. I don't understand why people do it. You know?
Well, he was just trying to call you out there, man, I guess.
It's just talking nonsense is what he's doing.
He put Infinity War next to Captain Marvel.
I'm never going to let that go. I'm never going to... Let me just... Hold on. Anzo, let me get a one shot real quick, man, if you could do that.
Yeah, man.
Nerd, man, I just want to tell you, I'm never going to let that go, fam. You put Infinity War next to Captain Marvel on a tier list ranking the MCU, and all you're really doing was ranking your hate for high quality movies. I'm done with you, fam. You can't talk about the MCU anymore. You just can't.
You fucked with him so much. One of his ears are flat. They just went.
Fam, I can't deal with this anymore.
There was a comment here that I just see. Oh, here, King David, top 3 all-time comic book movies.
Easy. Logan, The Dark Knight, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I gotta take a piss.
Yeah, go ahead. Lunga?
Take a piss. Yeah. I mean, I won't put Into the Spider-Verse up there like Yellow does all the time. He loves that movie way too goddamn much. That starts to feel like a standing to me. But, I would say Dark Knight, Logan, and then the third one is hard because there's so many good movies. And it's like, I can't... It's hard for me to even put a Marvel movie in there when you talk about... Well, I mean, technically Logan is one, but... You know, I would end up having to shoehorn in Endgame, but it's weird because I'm not putting it in because it of itself, standalone, was a great movie. But again, it's hard to step away from the fact that it culminated everything we saw, and there were so many great moments in that movie that it just makes it just great. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would say Dark Knight, Logan, and Endgame.
Unfortunately, I have to go with MC because me and those Nolan trilogies, fucking bunch of trash, right then and there, right? So I'm gonna go with Infinity War. I'm gonna go with Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah,
those
and then when you force someone like to pick those top three, then that 4 to 10 slots are like packed.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like you can't
absolutely.
Even fit everything.
Yeah.
There, you know,
like sometimes it can switch day to day. Which one's number 4? Which one's number 3? Which how you feel in that day. You know, you just rewatch this one and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot how good this movie was. Yeah, you know what, this one we're gonna. So I say that with at least my top 5 that you can interchange. Other than Infinity War, Infinity War will always be number 1. But when you go 2, 3, 4, and 5, those ones could be interchanged because I think they're all basically around the same levels. You know.
And I'll be honest. I know people I'll get a lot of hate for this from a good section of the community, but Snyder Cut, the Justice League Snyder Cut is near there. It's in top 5.
Absolutely,
That's how good it was.
Top 5 of what?
All-time comic movies.
The Snyder Cut.
I could put it up there. I could. I really like it. Like, what, man? What, Yellow?
I can't. As much as like listen, it's by the DCEU standard, it is a solid film, right? It's better than BVS. It's better than Suicide Squad by like a lot. It's better than the all of the bad ones that we all agree on. It's better than 84. Is it better than Aquaman? I think it's more consistent than Aquaman. So I might have to say I think Aquaman is more fun and you care more about what's happening because it feels like there's actual stakes because there's people involved. But I think the tonal shifts for Aquaman really gives me a problem with Aquaman. It's the sea epic, like this battle fantasy sea epic war thing. Then it's a romantic comedy. Then it's Indiana Jones or Tomb Raider or something. I'm not sure what movie they're trying to give me. Right? Black Manta was incredible though, and based off of Black Manta's story alone, I don't know. They're neck and neck for me. Right? But it's like Wonder Woman is way better than Snyder Cut. Way better. And Wonder Woman's not in the top 5 of the comic book movies. So I don't know. It's hard. I don't get it, man. Snyder Cut has way too many problems, bro. It's way too long. There's so much exposition. There's so much there's no like I don't understand how we're supposed to care that the world's going to be taken over if we don't spend any time in the world.
We'll bring you all the news you crave and deserve. The only wars being in the stars. My name is Jalen Garl. But yeah, Shifty Gasm says he puts Superman 78, Superman 2 theatrical, and Batman 89 as his top 3, which is fine. But see, these conversations, I think you can agree with me on this. It's just like when people argue of like the top 5 NBA champions of all time or top 5 NBA players of all time. You know, it's like you're inevitably leaving great players off of that list because there's other players. And sometimes as time goes on, they shift. And it doesn't mean it diminishes that person's. Like right now, we're still facing this where there's that split. There's a lot of old school people that still, just like we'll say Michael Jordan is those Donner movies, is Batman 89, right? And there's still people to this day. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player that ever lived. But people in the last 10, 15 years, LeBron is pushing his past it. And they got LeBron higher than MJ. You know what I mean? And they'll fight forever about it. Does that mean each person...
And then you have all the Kobe stands, all the Kobe Bryant stands.
Right, the Kobe stands, right. Does that mean each player doesn't deserve that role? Of course they do. But then it starts getting into individual feelings on
No, it's true. It is true.
Because for me, I'm gonna say Tim Duncan is better than all 3 of those guys: Kobe, Michael Jordan, and LeBron.
Tim Duncan.
Are you a Suns fan? Are you a Phoenix Suns fan?
I'm a Spurs fan.
Spurs.
Oh,
bro.
the Dallas.
Spurs.
Okay,
you mean
San Antonio? Right.
The man who was on his team that did nothing, who just sat there.
Nah. Chill. Wait,
Tim
you mean
Duncan.
when he got the ring? You mean that one
are
year
you-
that he was just chilling?
Are you fucking
Nah, Tim Duncan
mad?
gets busy. Tim Duncan gets busy. Tim Duncan got busy. We can't just besmirch. But he did sit on the
Absolutely
bench to
not.
get that ring, though. Let's be real. He did. He was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
chilling.
Okay, wait, hold on. Which ring? Which time did he sit on the bench to get the ring? Are you talking in 2014? Because no, he didn't. Because if you go look at his stats for 2014, they were second to Kawhi Leonard.
So maybe it wasn't that year then.
There was never a year where Tim Duncan sat on the bench to get a
Listen,
ring.
it's the same thing. Listen, Tim Duncan was around during the Jordan years, right? Yeah, he was around during the Jordan years.
He only played 1 year.
Was it 1 year?
Yeah, 1 year. Because
They have.
No, Tim Duncan came out in 98. And I think Jordan was just coming out. So they played 1 year where he played against Michael Jordan a couple of games, but that was it. That was it.
So it was like the last Jordan's 5th or 6th championship when he started.
Yeah, the 6th one.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Maybe he was just born. But there's always just the Patrick Ewings. There's the Charles Barkleys. There's a lot of great players.
They are not even close to Tim Duncan's level, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
No, that's facts. No.
They are not even-
Patrick Ewing, are you kidding me?
Patrick Ewing was
Not
great,
even
but
close.
he was on the wrong team.
Yeah.
Right.
Tim Duncan is he was an amazing basketball player, like amazing. He did everything he was supposed to do when he was supposed to do it. We're not having LeBron James, bro. Come on, let's be serious. Let's just be serious about
it's my bias.
Michael
I get it,
Jordan.
but I love
Let's be
Fuck LeBron.
serious. Like that's a little
prince. He's the prince. He's not the king. He's the prince.
I agree. And I have
If
this
we gonna do
argument.
that-
I'm from
we gonna
Chicago,
do that,
yo.
nigga, I'ma
I'm in
start
that
saying
camp
shit
of
like
Michael
Chauncey-
Jordan will always be the greatest basketball player that ever lived.
If we gonna do that, I'm gonna start saying shit like Chauncey Billups. So pull up from anywhere, right? This is before Steph came through and was shooting from everywhere, bro. Chauncey could pull up from anywhere. Allen Houston, like what kind of conversation do you
You know
want?
who was destined to be the greatest basketball player to ever live, but he got hurt too much? Grant Hill.
Right?
Absolutely.
No, yeah,
absolutely.
Grant, yeah. But now we're definitely like 99, 2003 talk right now. We're definitely like
That's
way
the
out
last
of
time I
game.
really cared about basketball.
gotta
I have
shut-
not cared about it.
We gotta stop talking now.
I think I stopped caring about it. What was it? What year did Shaq and Kobe win their last championship with the Lakers?
Damn.
In 2006.
Yeah, that's about the last time I started caring about basketball.
2006. Because 2000 and it could be 2008. Spurs won in 2007, and then 2008. I think the Lakers won again. I think that was when they broke up. No,
That wasn't
Lakers didn't
Shaq
even
and
win
Kobe.
that.
That was-
they
that
didn't
was
even
way
win that
before
year.
that.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
didn't
that was
even
way
win that
before
year.
then. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shaq and
they
Kobe
didn't.
was already not on the same team by then. Shaq
Yeah.
was over there on the Heat by then.
Yeah, probably.
Because it was him and Wade. It was him and Wade for a while. I fucks with Dwayne Wade. I stopped caring about basketball after Dwayne Wade went to Chicago. I stopped caring about.
That was bad. Dwayne Wade going to Chicago was 5 years too late because I always kept saying,
facts.
"Why isn't he
Facts.
coming to Chicago?
Why isn't he
coming to
here? What is
Chicago?"
he doing over there? The Bulls was my team, so I was like, because I was happy when we had Luol Deng and we had like Gibson and we had Gordon.
Don't even say Derrick Rose. Oh my God.
No. Rose got hurt, but Rose was nice. But Rose got hurt, and we had Noah, Joakim.
Noah.
You feel
Joakim
like all
Noah.
of that whole little squad that they had at the time. I was like, ooh, we could do it. We never
They were
did it.
building
But
something.
they should have brought Wade over, and I think that's the missing piece, man. But I don't know. We're not here to talk about basketball, guys. We're not here. But that's when I stopped caring. I stopped caring because I was like, it's too late now. What are you gonna do? Wade, he's almost done. He
Yeah,
retired
exactly.
shortly after. I'm like, what are we doing? And we're like, what are we doing?
Right.
But that was my guy. That was my favorite player for a long time, Dwayne Wade. When he showed up, son, the way he would attack the basket was just he's a big dude. I stand next to him, I'm not gonna look, but like compared to all them, he should not have been down there doing that shit, and he was doing it every fucking time. He was down there getting beat up, bro, and I respect that man to this day because he was also amazing. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
Exactly, because here's Nerd Man with another piece of bullshit.
Why do we keep
with-
dignifying this?
like with Shazam.
Just
MCU
send him the
fans
link,
have
bro.
no
Just
grounds
send
to
him the
criticize.
fucking link. If we're
I
gonna
don't
do
know
this,
if
at
he wants
least
to come in. Yeah, I know.
all right,
I'll
good.
send him
You
the
know
link.
he wants to. You know he
You know,
wants
here-
to.
here,
You know
we-
he
he
wants.
brought up
He's one of
Shazam.
those
He
people
brought
that
up
like,
Shazam.
if they don't invite me on, I'm not gonna. He one of those guys, and it's like, what do you
He
do?
brought up
Close
Shazam.
mouths, bro.
Yeah,
Close
if he wants to
fucking
come
mouths.
on, absolutely, he can come on.
Being a
Nah,
Captain
fuck
Marvel
it. He
fan,
can't come on. I said no. It's my time. now.
and yes, I want to
My
keep saying
channel.
Captain Marvel because that's his name, not Shazam. Captain Marvel. Okay, being a Captain Marvel fan for the longest time, reading the OG Golden Age Captain Marvel, where he had like just lines for eyes and two little black dots. I like the movie. I think it's a great movie. I think it's one of the better movies Warner Brothers has made in the DCEU.
Absolutely.
And I always combat the obvious things people try to clown on it for. It's kiddie, it's this, it's when it's like, listen, there's narrative reasons for it being the way that it is.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't work
even
on
as a
screen,
fan of this movie, I can sit here and say there are flaws. Okay?
Absolutely.
It is not. There are flaws that make Marvel movies, some of them, better than Shazam. That
for all you Shazam heads out, for all you Shazammers out there, all right, I just need you to answer a question for me. Why is it that after the kid gets superpowers, he turns into a goofball?
Oh, here we go again. We've
But
talked about
then
this
when
100
he's
times.
and now he has superpowers. He can say Shazam whenever he wants. As soon as he says Shazam, Zachary Levi is a full-blooded goofball, like Goof Troop goofball. He is ridiculous, right? And
Can I
then
kill
as
this?
soon as he turns back into the kid, he's fucking Bruce Wayne for some reason.
Where's
He's
my
the
knife?
most
Where's my
sad, solemn, like nothing makes me happy. Why, Freddy, calm down.
Let me
My
kill
mother
this.
left me at the carnival.
Let me
like,
let me kill
can we
this with my
please-
cane sword. Okay, I want to stab this right in the heart, and
I'm
I don't
just
want to hear
sick
this
of it.
out your mouth anymore.
And then even
All
at
right,
the
I'll
end
tell
of the
you why.
movie where he's successful, right before the
I'll tell
last
you
fight,
why.
he's still like, oh man, nah.
All right,
Like,
listen,
he's so
listen.
broody. He's a child. I've watched traumatized children have fun. That child could not have fun for his life.
right.
After he got powers and he turns into a hero, he's goofy. Lightning from my hands, lightning from my hands. As soon as he says Shazam again, Freddy,
Hold on.
stop being
Hold
happy
on.
about your battering. Like, what
on.
is this? What am I? It's just
All right,
it's a
all right,
direct.
all right.
It's a directorial flaw.
Are you done? Do you have any more squirts to come out? Anything else? Are we done? You wiped yet? You wiped? You
all
clean?
the all
You
the
good? Okay.
needles, all needle farts.
Okay. All right. To quote Dan Aykroyd, Jane, you ignorant slut. This is what happened in this movie. When you look at movies like Big or stuff where you get the adult who is very dour and sad and depressed with their lives, and they turn into the kid and they suddenly become very happy again and they get to live out their fantasies and get to have it. They did this in the reverse.
That doesn't make sense, though.
No, you can't say it doesn't make sense until you let me fucking explain it. The kid, okay, the kid who had a very, very difficult life was forced to grow up way too fucking fast.
Put that
okay?
fucking sword down.
No,
What are you doing?
No, he was forced to grow up.
Keep seeing
way
glints of
too-
metal. I'm like, what is happening?
He was forced to wait here. Is this better? You want to see the
Much
the
better,
Chinese dragon
much more
in-
effective,
inside
much
of
more
there?
effective.
Look at the beauty in that. Look at.
It's very nice. It's a very nice piece.
Oh, that's right. But he he grew up way too fast, faster than he wanted to, where he could not enjoy his childhood. Okay, and when he turned into Shazam, he realized he had the freedom and the power to act however he wanted, free of all of that baggage. Okay, that. This motherfucker over here. With the,
I'm following you. I
That's
agree with
why-
everything that you're saying.
That's why when he was Shazam, he was goofy, and we've seen this. He's done this before in comic books, in other places. He's done
not
this.
interested. Not interested.
Doesn't matter if you're not interested. You guys said it doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, it does make sense.
It doesn't,
it's a
because
running narrative
after he
with his
now
character.
knows that he
It
can say
makes sense
Shazam whenever he
with his
wants.
character. I
He has
understand.
power
I understand.
now.
Just because you
Whenever he wants. He did it inside of a house. Do we remember this? He did it inside of a house, blew a hole in the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
That's what happened. So nothing can stop him from becoming Shazam, according to the movie, after he knows he has the power. I understand turning into a superhero the first time you are completely one, you're full of power. I get it. It's like being on a stimulant of some sort.
Have
I
you
can imagine it's
watched
the
the
craziest
animated
thing.
Superman, Shazam, Black Adam?
Yeah,
watched that
absolutely.
one?
I fucking
He
love
was
that.
goofy. He was goofy in that.
Incredible.
He was
No,
goofy in that.
absolutely. But the child was also goofy.
No,
That's the
not
difference.
Really. He wasn't as dour, but he
no.
wasn't goofy.
But the point is that after he had already had the power, He was He was a complete goofball as an adult, and then as soon as he turns back into the kid, it's my mother left me at a carnival. Like when you're
because reality
guess
sets
what?
in. He gets
Guess
back to
what,
reality.
superhero? Your mother still left you at the carnival, right? But all of a sudden you forgot about that because you're high as shit on lightning. You're riding lightning.
I understand.
Sure,
Fuck
it's
them
fine.
kids. They don't deserve emotions.
I just
I get it. I understand.
I
That's okay.
needed
It's
the
okay.
child to become lighter as the movie went on.
Right,
Now, he got closer to his family, but he did not become lighter as the movie went on, and that's a directorial problem.
You should have smiled more too, right? Just
Yeah,
why you smile some more?
I just went on Twitter to freaking send Nerdman the link, and I seen you send me one. You were on a fucking stream with me. Why didn't you type it in the private chat?
I didn't think about that.
A lot of times, I mean, we know you do look at it, but there are a lot of people that don't always look at the private chat.
Yeah, I don't look at it.
Oh no,
in
you
the
know what?
private chat?
Send you a
Because
notification where-
because there was somebody else here. That's why.
Oh, okay. So
Like not
at
to
least,
say that there's any particular reason,
I
but
get
that's
it,
just
I get
how
it.
I am
Wow,
with the
now
things
I'm
that I do.
somebody else. Now I'm somebody
It was
else.
it was long before you got here.
Bruh.
yeah.
Okay.
but next time at least like say, yo, I sent you something on Twitter because
No, I forgot
don't
about it
see
after
right?
I forgot about it after I sent it. So
Oh my god, and I'm the one that smokes weed? Look, I got a
If
big
you-
fucking spliff right here, bro.
Wait, again,
I'm about to light up.
you forgot. Anzo, he smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah,
Son,
I
I'm
get it.
very
Yeah, I get
clear
It's
about how
still
my
in his
memory
blood.
works. I don't care. The problem is here's the real issue. I don't care about a lot of shit. So the moment that I stop thinking about it, it goes away. That's the real issue. I blame it on the weed smoke because it's easier for people to understand. You know, because then you take it personally. You don't care about me. Just shut up. I'm not talking about you. I said I don't care. It's a me statement.
You gotta care about things, bro. Yeah, like,
I've tried very hard. I keep trying over and over again. It fails. It fails every time.
Well, yeah, actually,
I'm also sending you a DM, Anzo, so you don't have to look for my Twitter anymore.
yes,
Bookmark
please,
that shit.
thank you. There we go. Because I know I'm following you, right?
Right.
But I'm like, oh my god, I can't find this guy's freaking.
Right, you know, Darth Manga.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know, it's yeah.
You see,
the
but
daddy in the middle
about
confuses people.
Loki, man. Oh wait, what? Mango Campero, Mango Campero. Loki post credits will be the end of the timeline. Is door to multiverse the end of the time? Oh, so where they are now with the castle that
That is the
opens
end
you
of
up
the
to the
timeline.
rest of the multiverse.
Oh,
Did you
Yeah,
guys
he's
realize?
saying-
I don't know if anyone noticed this, but did you notice when
Tell
they
me.
showed the castle, there was that bright white line going behind the castle?
Behind it, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the timeline.
Yeah.
The
That makes
castle's
sense.
on
That
an
makes perfect
asteroid
sense.
outside,
Oh, really?
floating outside. Yeah, that's
makes
the
sense.
sacred
I don't-
timeline. That bright
We'll
white
see if
light.
that's the case, but it certainly makes perfect sense.
They show it in the
Or
little
it's
animated
just-
things when
or
they
it's
showed the
just
timekeepers.
space.
When
Yeah,
Mickey
yeah,
Mouse was giving
yeah,
the little tutorial, they showed the timekeepers, and they showed the sacred timeline was that white line going across the universe.
It's very interesting.
yeah. I'm looking at it now. Maybe I should just share it.
I'm excited,
But
bro.
nah,
I'm really
actually,
excited for this episode.
I ain't
I know
gonna
it's
share
not
this
going to
shit
be
'cause
great.
Disney
Huh?
blocked my
What?
shit the last stream when I shared something. Oh yeah, I see it there. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, the last time I streamed something to Disney, I went to my studio and it was like blocked everywhere. I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit. Okay, let me cut this part
Yeah,
out.
Disney
So I
don't play
cut it.
around. They don't play around.
Mm-mm. But I also had a claim because we showed the was a YouTube series we showed the trailer for, but YouTube released that claim. So I was like, okay, good. But yeah, I won't mess with fucking Disney. So
Yeah,
But yeah, I see the
there's,
timeline.
There's a
That
way you
makes
can
sense.
do it. You can do little, like stills. You can do, as long as they're not up there forever, and
yeah, well,
sound
hold
is
on.
the real issue.
What is Liang saying over here? He going some crazy shit over here.
Which one we got? Yeah, I know. I've been like, he was saying he played for the Lakers in '96. He's talking about Jordan.
Okay, all right.
And he said, "Look, I played in the NBA. Who the hell is this clown? And where do you come from? Who is he calling the clown though?
I don't know. Maybe me because I'm the Jordan.
What?
I tried to
this
tell
is-
you, and you still don't believe how hard I slapped him. I'm sorry.
This is
he
weird, Mr. Cox.
It's
This is
very
weird.
Jordan wears a clown suit. Okay.
I'm feeling a lot of unresolved hatred. That's all I'm feeling. That's what I'm sensing. I'm feeling a lot of unresolved jealousy, hatred. I don't know. Clown, I guess so. I mean, I guess when you're wearing 6 rings, it looks kind of clownish sometimes. Where's yours?
It's just gaudy. It's just tasteless. It's just gaudy, tasteless. It's just so. Why you got to put it all out there like that?
Yeah,
like,
why you got to
just leave
take the
some
pictures
to
with
the
all the rings on
imagination?
your finger? It's so gaudy. What's the matter with you?
So are you saying this is your channel, like my channel is your channel, or you have your own channel? Because this is not your fucking channel.
It's obviously a sock account. It's a troll.
Yeah, I know that. Absolutely.
A sock account?
Yeah, they're called sock accounts. Sock puppets. Sock puppets are because instead of a person talking through with their actual thing, they use a sock puppet.
Oh, yes, that makes sense. Yeah.
So related to
with
the time, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's
Go
go.
ahead.
Let's go. No. This is perfect. This is perfect. Well, I was just gonna say with the timeline stuff, what do we think that's gonna mean for the MCU going forward? But it looks like this is exactly, getting in that area. So let's go ahead and let Son ask his question here, right?
Yeah. So relate. Oh no. Oh God. All right. First, let me get to this before I bring in the guest that just popped in. Related to the timeline in Endgame. Why did the
as he clicks them in while he's reading it. Good job, Monzo. Anyway.
Why did the Ancient One did not know about the Avengers time heist at first? Hesitant giving the stone to Hulk. Should she know better with the time stone with her?
That's not her job.
Well, that's kind of on the fucking LDG stuff yesterday that Thanos should have known what that they were going back in time, right?
Here's the thing. Doctor Strange showed us how the time stone works. Now, are there other ways that it could be used? Sure, but you do have to focus and look for something specific, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not just going to have the time stone and suddenly be aware of everything that's happening throughout all time. Right. How do you exist as an individual if you're aware of everything that's happening throughout all time? You know,
every minute of the day.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Can I answer this?
Absolutely.
For Anzo and Yellow.
Yeah,
can I answer? You guys mind if I speak for you?
Guys,
go right ahead.
I'll be back in 1 minute. So I'll just be off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew, it's very simple. They will admit that when you admit that Zack Snyder is not the god of all cinema. That's when they will admit that. But go ahead.
I appreciate that. But where did we ever say that the MCU is perfect and doesn't have its
I've multiple times I have expressed all of my gripes with the MCU, like constantly. I'm the grump god. I don't like there's nothing. Only Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is perfect. Only Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is perfect. It took me a long time, but I found flaws in The Dark Knight. All right. Only Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse
killed some brain cells. We understand. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man 2, 2004, Iron Man, Man of Steel, Incredible Hulk 2008, Batman Begins are better than most of the MCU hot takes. Well, you and Nerdman are on the same level. I don't know about Man of Steel or the Incredible Hulk 2008. I can give you Spider-Man 2. It's better than a lot of the MCU movies.
Are we ignoring the fact that Iron Man and Incredible Hulk are part of the MCU? I mean, are we ignoring
good point
that
too. Very good point too.
We can't do this thing where maybe I'm an elitist, but I feel like we can't do this thing where we just start validating everybody's opinion.
I'm not validating his opinion. I'm just like,
no, I am a terrible person.
Yeah, it is a terrible thing.
That was 70% a joke.
But I'm going to say, I don't
30% dead ass.
It's not to me. It's not about validating. It's just if you're going to say shit about me, at least get it right. You know what I mean? Don't sit here like I sit here and say that the MCU is perfect. I could name fucking at least 5 movies that I can't stand. You know what I mean? I say it's perfect, absolutely not.
Tell them how you feel about Loki right now. Tell them how you feel about Loki.
I say episodes 1, 2 I like. 3 I didn't like, 4 I like, and 5 I didn't like. So there's two
weren't
episodes
you
that
not
I
happy
didn't
with WandaVision? Anzo, I thought weren't you one of the people who were
No,
happy with WandaVision?
I liked WandaVision. I did.
Okay.
I agree with some of the stuff that they say at the end that, you know, she got away with doing stuff to people and not having any backlash. But then again, we may see something happen in other movies, so I'll give it that, like you said. But other than that, no, I liked WandaVision. Was the last episode a little bit underwhelming and things that I thought could have been better? Absolutely. But the series itself was great. You know what I mean? The series itself was really good.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, he's still here?
I don't.
Sorry, what up,
I
man?
really don't have that long to say. But I did come on to respond like to one or a couple of things. So I agree with Lunga. Like basically, this arguing back and forth: is Snyder Cut good? Is Infinity War good? Is like Captain Marvel better than Infinity War? I don't think it goes anywhere because essentially
You're
it's
the
all
only
fucking
person arguing that.
no, but wait, it's all subjective, and essentially you're never going to convince anyone who believes that a movie is good that it's bad. What you can say is there are certain flaws in a movie, and those flaws, for instance, in Shazam, where the little boy doesn't act like the grown man, that's a flaw in the movie. Me and Lunga aren't that bothered by that flaw. You are, right? So there's flaws in movies that we can objectively see, but at the same time, people have different tolerances for it. Infinity War, for people to argue that Infinity War hasn't got a major flaw at its center, much like the little boy turning into the adult not having the same character, is bullshit. It's complete bullshit. It's like when somebody says, it's arguing for Man of Steel and says, Pa Kent saying, let little kids die is fine. That's bullshit. We know that fundamentally fucks up a central part of the narrative. And it makes us less inclined to sympathize with that character, who's a very, very important character who you must sympathize with to emotionally engage with the movie. So even if you're a fan of Man of Steel, to turn around and say that flaw doesn't exist in the movie is dishonest, right? And there are central flaws which I've been mentioning in the comments to Infinity War, which I have a very, very low tolerance for. And that is that it's got so many plot conveniences. It allows, basically, there are characters who clearly can solve problems that the narrative presents, but refuse to, or they come up with some convenient reason why they can't do, just so that they can continue their stupid story. That's my problem with it. Fucking Thanos is a god. He can destroy the Avengers with a thought. Doesn't do it.
He's not a god.
I mean, effectively, once he has that reality stone, he's pretty much a fucking god. What's his name? Doctor Strange. He could chop Thanos' arm off with. He's done it. He did it just before in the film. Chop this monster's arm off with the teleportation thing. Doesn't do it.
Right.
Time.
Next question. Why didn't they do that in the comic books then?
I don't know. I haven't read the comic book. Maybe I'll have the same problem with the comic.
Because
maybe I'll have the same problem with the comic.
There's a lot of things that, like, yeah, you can explain stuff away and you could say, oh, well, this doesn't make sense or this doesn't make sense. But because here's the thing, he has this gauntlet that gives him literally complete control over space, time, reality, everything. Okay,
right.
However, his mind can only grasp so much of it, and while he can consciously make the gauntlet defend him, there's also times the gauntlet or the stones might actively defend it themselves for him. Okay, there might be some involuntary actions, so it could block things like cutting the arm off if he knows it's coming. You know what I mean? Like
sure,
the whole Thor thing, like the Thor thing. Right. Also,
that's a silly thing, though. Now you're saying that to explain every single little possibility in a movie, we don't have time for that. That's silly.
Here's the thing: Superman didn't have to die fighting Doomsday. He could have just thrown the damn. You know how strong the man is? He could have thrown that spear at him. And once it was in
Sure.
him, Wonder Woman, who would not have died from kryptonite, could have went in and shoved it in. If we want to dissect it that way, Nerd Man, we can find that in any movie.
But longer, that's the problem. If you mention that flaw to me, I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I agree. Why didn't he pass it to Wonder Woman and have her throw it through him? I'll be like, yeah, that's a flaw in the narrative. But when you present these kind of things to MCU fans, they fucking gaslight you on this shit. But they are hyper critical of fucking DC properties. Oh, the little boy didn't act exactly like the fucking old man in Shazam. Terrible movie. It's one fucking flaw in the movie. That should take off like half a point. It isn't that annoying, and plus, he isn't even that much of a goofball in the fucking.
But
he's a goofball in about one scene, and then he's pretty much consistent in terms of the attitude that both of them have, being cynical, being from the streets, being streetwise. Both of them show that they only care for themselves. They're in it for themselves. Most of that film, when he's talking to the foster sister, he's saying, "Hey, just care about yourself." That's what Yoda said or whatever. That's who he is. They are consistent in personality.
Here's the thing, though, Nerd Man. That would make sense when you're talking about people in general, okay? When you're talking about general MCU stans, and it's easy to label people. Oh, you're just an MCU stan, okay? I do it. I mess around with Ashley all the time and tell her. I dismiss her rational thoughts and just say, you're a MCU stan. I get it. I'm not. I mean, I like the MCU, and I love the movies. Yeah. I'm a DC guy, dude. If you look at everything that I have, it is DC. Sure. DC has been my jam forever. And I could tell you, objectively, as a DC fan, Marvel's put out better movies than DC overall, and it hurts me to say that. I'm not happy to say that. It hurts me to say that.
I don't know what you mean by they've put out more movies that overall. I would say
the narrative they've done makes more sense.
They are mediocre to good. They put out more movies in the 22 movies. The MCU, you mean? I presume you mean the MCU, not Marvel in general.
I would listen. Here's the thing. If you can pull out one, when we talk about DCEU, what are we talking about? 7 movies, 7 movies. We're not going to count the Snyder Cut as a second movie. We'll just say.
You've got. Let's do this.
You got three Snyder. You got 3 Snyder movies. You have Wonder Woman 84. That's 5. Aquaman.
Shazam.
That's it. Shazam.
No. Wait. Because I think we should do this properly.
Suicide Squad. Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
So that's 9. But as much as they are, they try to do it. They're not as interconnected as the MCU. So there's 9 movies.
I agree with that.
Right. There are 9 movies, and I would say, like the argument I've made before, how there's people, like there'll be a lot of MCU fans that deal with the bad movies because it creates this larger narrative and they go through it to watch it, okay? They're not apologetic for the bad movies. It's just like, well, as a whole, we needed these movies to get everything we got. If the DCEU was more interconnected or felt as interconnected as the MCU, maybe those bad movies wouldn't look as bad. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, out of those 9 DC movies, maybe, and this is me being as a DC fan, I'll know people say all 9 suck. Maybe 2 or 3 were good.
I would say I would base it on the fan base of those movies, how successful they were in box office, because that's the only way you can really quantify it, other than it just being your personal taste. Other than it just being your personal taste, where you just go, oh, Suicide Squad was shit. Well, it had a lot of fans, made a lot of money, so doesn't count. Man of Steel, it actually made some money there.
Does it have a lot of fans? Because I see a lot of fans saying release the Ayer cut. Did it really have a lot of fans? Or does it have a lot of fans not satisfied and they want the Ayer cut? Just Snyder cut. Was it really though?
Longer, it was very profitable. People were going out in Harley Quinn costumes. It made Harley Quinn like a thing where, like, she even got her own movie.
That's because of Harley Quinn.
It was successful. That's
because Harley Quinn is one of the most iconic female characters in DC. That's why.
You can say this, that, and theorize about why it was. Nobody
loves
was
these movies
wearing
because of
Harley
Harley
Quinn.
Quinn.
No,
That's it.
no one was wearing Harley Quinn costumes to Halloween.
Yes, they were.
before
Yes, they were.
they were.
Yes, they were.
Yes, they
Stop.
were.
Not
Stop.
in the same
Stop.
way.
I just don't, you guys. This is,
Stop.
here's the
That
issue.
is a
Here's the
lie.
issue.
That is a lie.
This is what
Not in
just
the
happened
same
right
way.
now. I just want to be clear about what just
in the
happened
same
right
way.
now. Y'all validated the dude who put Infinity War in the same bar as Captain Marvel on a tier
I was
list ranking,
being
right?
kind.
Y'all did that.
I
Y'all
would have
did
put
that,
it lower.
and then you allowed for him to come in here and say, when Marvel stands criticize DC films but have a lack of nuance for Marvel films, and then he just did it with Marvel films and had a lack of nuance for DC films. He just literally exhibited that same thing that he complained about. But you guys allowed him to do it by validating the conversation. See, this is why I am an elitist and I don't let people speak. This is why.
Wait. Can you identify exactly what I did there? Because I'm not sure. You can say in general I did it, but I don't know exactly what you're saying I did. Maybe I did do it. I don't know. So
He will, but first I want to say this. Andrew said me and Yellow both yelled at you because you put Infinity War and Captain Marvel on the same level. So that's his argument for saying that we say that.
But don't even listen to him though, because the man just said Lunga Man of Steel has fans. You trolling. I'm one of those fans. Dummy. Understand something. I fight with Yellow all the time. I say Man of Steel is a good movie, and Yellow goes, "You're crazy." I'm one of those fans, Andrew. But guess what? I'm not fucking biased. Okay, that's the difference. I'm not biased. I can objectively look at it and say there's problems.
Absolutely.
I think all of us here can do that. That's the good thing about us. Like we can be fans of films, but at the same time criticize them.
Yeah, we can't dignify.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, we can't dignify Andrew Casale because he's saying things that just are patently false. So it's like he clearly has an agenda. He's not actually listening to what's actually being said. So I think, like, while I'm joking about Nerdman, we really have to stop
enabling.
It's ridiculous.
Enabling, because he's just like, Lunga, BVS is not as bad as you say it is. Lunga likes BVS. I've had a lot of arguments with him about BVS being garbage. I watched the extended edition because Lunga liked BVS.
I like BVS.
I like BVS as well.
You can like something, but don't deny the obvious flaws.
It's fucking garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's fucking like
it's
but fucking garbage.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. By that same merit, I can call Infinity War garbage. I can call fucking Endgame garbage. By the same fucking tools that you're using against BVS, I literally could call those movies garbage because they have as many flaws.
But you just have a
lower tolerance.
Whatever, fine. But then you change. You've already said you don't have to repeat yourself. You don't have to repeat yourself. You said this already, right? You came in here saying that. You don't have to say it again. We heard you. You just changed the rules when it came time to analyze Suicide Squad, though. We have to judge it by the fans and the money. You just changed the rules when it's like convenient.
No.
Oh no, you didn't do that. All right, then I misunderstood what you said. Forgive me.
Because in the end, I would still recommend Infinity War and Endgame to people who like comic book movies, simply because I know it's got an audience. It made billions of dollars. It must be good on to.
Hold on. That's wrong.
But that's
wrong.
irrelevant to what we're talking about.
Recommended here. Fast and Furious. We always go back to this, right? Transformers. They have an audience. I am not recommending those movies to nobody. Okay, I don't care if it made money. Matter of fact, I'm saying you dumb. Why are you watching it just because it made money? It's okay. I'm not recommending it just because it has fans and just because it has money. You know why? There's a lot of dumb people in the world. That's why I don't recommend it. But
I always talk about the things that I like about any movie. Any movie, I always talk about the things that I like in it and the things that I don't like in it. All of them. I do as often as I can. Overall, though, when it's movies, you know what I mean? If the things don't work overall, then it's trash. That's just what it is.
How many times have you said, Yellow, that Endgame, the last hour of that movie is what's great?
It's the greatest thing about I like the first hour, but because it's the aftermath of Infinity War. Oh, it's so dreary and heavy. It's so real. There's some real acting going on in there, right? Like it's good stuff in there. But that middle hour, that shit is rough. That shit is hard. There's a bunch of bad jokes. There's a bunch of scenes that should have been serious that weren't. There's just there's a whole lot of time travel nonsense. Like it's hard. But then you get to that last hour. the Hulk snaps and forward, bro. Everything fucking blows up and it's just all bust off. It's all orgasm for the rest of that movie, fam. And that shit is fucking great.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, but yeah, in general, I agree with that.
Like the Snyder Cut.
No, I think there's moments in it that I'm just like, like Hulk finding it hard to lift up the building or whatever. That whole bit of the film, I'm just like, I'm not really interested in. There's little bits with the time travel that don't make sense, where people are meeting their doubles and killing. It's all messy in that like last scene. Well, I can't remember it exactly because I've watched it once, but I know that there was like bits in it where I was like, that doesn't work. But if you're talking about when Captain America and Thor and Iron Man are fighting Thanos, yes, that's fire. Plus everything that happens after, there are good bits of that make up for the 2 hours that I wasn't really that interested in. Yeah. That being said, again, I would still recommend Endgame to people who like the MCU. I wouldn't sit here and be dishonest.
That's also some irrelevant. That's also some irrelevant standard that doesn't matter. Like again, you're using that to measure something that it has no actual unit of measurement.
My point is, you're right, Lunga. Okay, Transformers is pushing it. Transformers is where it is fucking pushing it. But Suicide Squad, things like that, I'm like, dude, if somebody likes that shit, just let them like it. It's just maybe something appeals to them. No. I don't think that's
fuck out of here with that. Just let them like it bullshit. We're not walking around attacking people for liking movies. Right. We're having conversations about movies. So then if somebody highlights some shit and ignore the flaw, there's so many things wrong with Suicide Squad. As much as I love that, you jokers must be kidding scene when Will Smith gets the gun and he smells the fucking gunpowder after it fires and he starts shooting. As much as I love that scene, it's cool, and it's cool because they reference it again later in the movie when he starts shooting all of the nameless whole bunch of weird stone face creatures or whatever. But that movie amounts to bleh. It is trash, bro. It's a mess. It's really interesting.
I could literally watch Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn an entire movie and I'm happy. I'm just looking at it. I'm happy.
Again, yeah, exactly. That's a good point. But Yellow, I've heard that so many times. Like, it's a mess. It's this, but nobody says.
Stop defending
specifically. No, that's not a criticism. That's just a general impression. That's your personal taste. I really, you need to identify.
You think it's not a criticism?
What makes it a mess.
I've had this conversation with you before. It's not my fault that you don't remember it.
No. But if you don't want to keep doing it, that's fine. I don't want to sit here and go over it again.
Because I do it every time that I have a critique about something. I detail it. And with Shazam, I like Shazam. You really didn't like that I had a problem with the directorial? That's a serious issue throughout. That's a big flaw. And then there's other things that's wrong with the movie. There's all kinds of weird stuff that happens. But I like Shazam. I really enjoyed Shazam. I think Shazam is one of the better DC films.
Yeah.
It's good.
Trash.
It's very good. I know.
Never.
Like he calls BVS trash, but he never calls
BVS trash. He calls BVS. But again, what I'm saying, it's not trash, BVS. But in general, what I'm saying is the exaggeration, I feel, towards the flaws in DC movies. It's hyperbole. Towards the flaws in DC movies and the minimization of the flaws in MCU movies. And again, maybe it's just like I don't know what.
I think that's inaccurate. I think that's an inaccurate analysis of what's happening.
I think it's a success thing. People want to be on the successful team. And then there are people who are like, hey, we like the underdogs. We're never going to fucking support the Yankees. We're always going to like the underdogs.
That's a part of other people's analysis, but that's not the conversation that we're having here. That's not what we're even talking about. So let's not start bring up nonsense that doesn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure that's a thing that happens. I always complain about the lack of nuance that people exhibit about everything, right? But
BVS isn't trash. Catwoman is trash. Do you know what I'm saying? Catwoman. I'll even go Green Lantern, even though I don't though I like that movie a little bit.
That's a matter of where on the scale you start calling things trash, though. It doesn't really
directed. In parts very clever.
I don't think it's well directed at all.
You see, we all have different
the
definitions.
visual,
For me, like
the
me,
visual, the score of it all. Anyway, go on, Lunga, please.
no, it's real quick. For me, it's different for everyone. My definition when I call something trash, and
we're here to talk about Loki.
I got criticized for using that word by a certain person. They're shitting on the movie. You don't have to insult the movie. Certain person, Poindexter's on. You don't have to mock the movie. Yes, I do, because it's trash. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
it's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing.
My definition, when I call it trash, is, am I ever going to watch this movie again after my first viewing? Do I ever have a reason to want to watch it again?
Facts.
That's what I use as a definition of trash. Like, if I say this movie's trash, I'm never watching it again. I'm not downloading it. I'm not buying the DVD. I'm never watching this movie again because it's trash. It's garbage to me.
Well,
that's what the definition of trash is.
Men in Black wasn't trash, but I didn't feel like
what's happening right now. What's happening right now? What's going on? Why are we talking about the Men in Black?
You know what I mean?
Because I was just giving an example of a throwaway movie.
Leave the Men in Black alone. Leave the Men in Black out of it. That movie is fucking perfect. All right.
Oh, okay.
And,
sorry, I didn't
and
know
I will say this: Wonder
Black
Woman 84 is trash. That is a movie I will never watch again.
Yep,
trash. And there are things that I absolutely love about that movie. I love Cheetah's whole I'm meek and mousy and each time we see her grow and how they used the bum in the park to demonstrate that to us. I love how they did that. Had it just been her and Diana and them beefing and maybe Steve Trevor shows up and he has to go away, that's a much better movie. But like, and the performance at the end, this guy Pedro Pascal took some very bad stuff and performed the hell out of it, right?
No,
but it's a but it's a bad film. It is a bad, messy, tonally disgusting film. That's it. I think and I don't recommend it to anybody.
No. And again, I think that's being honest about it. I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan. Like, I love even the comics. So I'm a rare commodity when it comes to that. And you can't turn around and say that movie isn't trash from like almost. It's just ill-conceived as well. I guess. Look,
but in the same way that you just hold on though, because we agree about 84, right? We both think it's trash, but you don't like the performances for some reason. I do. The only problem we have is when we disagree about the movie, and then it's I'm making excuses for it, and only you're the most analytical, or I'm being too hard against it, and like I'm not allowing the good points to shine through. So when we agree, there is no issue about the differonces of why you think it's trash, right? So it really is just a matter of somebody.
I would very much argue with you about the performances of Kristen Wiig and the other guy, but it's just pointless. I mean, it's just an exercise in like, oh yeah, but I'm like a little bit more right about this. But when it comes to certain films where like people are just talking about it being absolute trash, but those films have a big fan base, I just think that's weird. I don't know, like to me,
a lot of people like a lot of trash. There are a lot of people who like trash. That's a thing that happens. There's no reason. That's why every year there's some movie at the fucking Oscars who gets all the acclaim and nobody knows what it is, because a lot of people like trash.
That doesn't have a huge fan base like that.
No, but what I'm saying is a lot of people like trash. That's why they don't know about the good stuff. That's what I'm saying.
And that is correct, because I like Thor: The Dark World, and I'm pretty sure all you guys say it's trash.
And there's good things about the movie. There are good things, but it is a fucking mess. I don't know. It made a lot of money by your Suicide Squad parameters.
How much did it make? I don't know. It made like 700 million.
It made a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it made
like
600 million or something like that. A little bit more than that, but I'll tell you.
That's just basic, like it's that's MCU,
for the MCU,
like,
for the MCU after like the MCU, the MCU
wasn't
didn't
good
start
for
off
MCU money.
$800 million movies.
But by the time Thor: The Dark World came out, it was on. It was right
after. It was right after Avengers.
It was right after Avengers, exactly. So
right, Avengers was huge, but Thor: The Dark World,
Winter Soldier made more money. Iron Man,
but Winter Soldier was amazing.
2, 3 made more money. Iron Man 3 wasn't it made more money.
But
Iron Man 3 could not. Did Iron Man 3 make more money than Thor: The Dark World?
Guys, can we remember that The Last Airbender made $210 million?
Yeah, for real. People like trash, bro. I'm not having this conversation. People like trash. That's it.
319 worldwide.
Yeah, but that isn't a lot of money.
The Smurfs made $563 million worldwide.
Iron Man 3 made one.
I didn't watch the Smurfs. I don't know if it's good.
Iron Man 3 made 1.2 billion US.
Alice in Wonderland, that horrible Johnny Depp vehicle, 1.25 million worldwide.
Look, let me put it this way.
Hold on, Nerd Man. One more thing. Hold on. One more thing.
Iron Man 3 didn't make that much money.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here.
No, that's check that list. Just look at that again. That sounds completely wrong.
Hold on,
because the first $1 billion that would have made it the first $1 billion movie, and it wasn't.
Where is it here? 1.25 billion US. Thor: The Dark World. Thor: The Dark World made 644 million, and Iron Man 2 made 623 million. And we all say that Iron Man 2 is a better movie than Thor: The Dark World, right?
Yeah, very much so. Yep.
Yeah, but that came out before the Avengers, dude. Iron Man 2. That's not the same thing. What we're talking about once the MCU had established itself,
so let's go
and had gained that kind of credit. 600 million is a poor. That's not. It's not great for an MCU movie after Avengers, post Avengers.
Avengers weighed 1.5 billion.
Right. And then after that, it was just like full steam ahead. Like Guardians to make that much, it shows that people probably didn't like it that much.
What else came after Thor: The Dark World?
It was Thor. It was Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, and then Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Look, but just while you're doing this, just to clarify my point, because I know what you're saying. Like, you know, you could say like Twilight. Even though I wouldn't shit on Twilight, I can understand why people shit on it, right? Like, and that's popular and that makes lots of money. But the difference and what makes DC unique is that it has a rivalry.
There was millions and millions of people that love it.
Right, exactly. But the difference is,
but that's a different thing, though. With Twilight, it's not for me type of situation. Right. They're targeting a very specific kind of audience, right?
I get you. But what I was saying is DC is in a very unique kind of position in that there's a kind of unspoken or even very spoken rivalry between another company. So people have an invested interest in shitting on DC movies if they are so-called MCU fanboys. So they like, it's the same thing the other way around. There's people shitting on Black Widow.
What does so-called mean in that sentence? What does so-called mean in that sentence when you say so-called MCU? You're the one who calls them that. So what is so-called when you say that? I don't understand what the...
Well, I see channels, right, that no matter what DC put out, will criticize it and they'll almost wait for like the critiques to come out about the movie and then just repeat those critiques, have nothing of their, nothing original of their own to say about it, and you can tell every time. And the same thing happens on the other side. It's like Black Widow comes out, it's a shit movie. Another MCU, it's all full of jokes. It has no, doesn't take itself seriously. And it's like, wait a second, did you watch Black Widow? It does take itself seriously. Its jokes are actually very funny and very well written in comparison with other MCU movies. It's a completely different kind of affair tonally. Those kind of things. What I'm saying is, MCU, DCU. It's just a unique situation where clearly there's a reason. There's invested interest in shitting on the other company's product for whatever reason. I don't know what. They feel like they're supporting a sports team or something like that, and they have to support their team. I don't know what it is, but That's what
I
I
don't
come
care
out
what
at.
it is. I don't care what it is.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, because DC movies are trash.
See?
But they are trash, and he likes the Snyder Cut and BVS and whatever other trash movie they say he likes. So what do you?
I think Man of Steel has a claim to be made that it's a good movie, even though I don't like it.
I've never said Man of Steel is trash.
I
just
think
said Snyder has to stop explaining everything in the beginning of his movie. That's the only problem that I have with Man of Steel. I like that Superman kills Zod at the end. Like I think that's an interesting thing to do with that character. You know what I'm saying? I need new stories. I'm a fan of this kind of stuff. But my only problem with Man of Steel is the Snyder's constant need to explain the whole world to you in the beginning of a movie. Like, it's just like, why is Jor-El monologuing at us? At us. He's talking to us. There's no one else to talk to. Oh, Kal-El, you'll hear this when you're old. He's talking to us. Why is that happening?
Didn't Marlon Brando do that in Donner Superman?
For but 20 minutes though.
No, he doesn't do it for 20 minutes, dude. But that's a problem with all comic book movies. Exposition. Black Widow does it just before she's about to fight her sister. Black Widow does do it just before she's about to fight her sister. Can you hear me?
What are you talking about?
In the Black Widow movie, before she's about to fight Yelena, she starts doing this exposition dump about like her past, what happened with Dreykov's daughter and blowing up.
It's after they talk about it after the fight, but sure.
No, there's a bit. We've got rid of that. But in any case, all I'm saying is exposition dumps. I mean, they do it in Aquaman as well. It's fucking annoying. Like with the trident, it's just like a big exposition dump as well. It's stupid. They need to learn better, smarter ways of conveying information to audiences than that.
It's 20 minutes, bro.
Have you noticed I always get kicked out when Nerdman starts talking his shit? I always get kicked out of my own stream when Nerdman
Phantom Zone yourself. You Phantom Zone yourself.
You see what I mean? You see what I have to face? You see what I have to deal with?
The pod doesn't leave. The pod doesn't leave Krypton until 19 minutes into the movie. That's 20 minutes of Jor-El talking.
Do you believe this is an example of cyberbullying, Lunga, or is it just me? It's cyberbullying, right? What they're doing with me?
No. When you got bad takes, when you got bad takes, you kind of gotta take.
You gotta eat it. You gotta suck it up.
Man. Come on, Lunga, man! I thought you were my boy. All right, fine.
Hey, listen. I have takes, and people bully me to hell. Bully me. You know what? I'm out here on the internet giving my opinion that no one wants to hear. I gotta take the criticism.
and I take my hits too for Thor: The Dark World. I take my hits.
1913. This is Krypton finally exploding. That's 20 minutes of exposition. I watched it recently, man.
That's not 20 minutes. There's a whole action. There's lots of things going on and before that Krypton
literally, he's explaining things while he's fighting Zod. Like there's two.
Yeah, I don't like the movie. I don't like the movie.
And then the robot explains things. No, but okay, all right, that's cool. But 20 minutes of exposition, that's a serious issue, right? So don't be like, it wasn't 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes. Oh, there was an action sequence. He's talking during it. Like just.
Yeah, but they do the same thing in Aquaman. They do the same thing in Aquaman. Do you not like it in Aquaman?
Yeah, but it's no. My problem with Aquaman is the 3 different movies that they had in one. That's my biggest problem with Aquaman. Yeah, but
they do
it's significantly
10
less.
At least 10 minutes. Of
yes, and 10 minutes is hard. 20 minutes, fam.
I don't think it's 20 minutes though, dude.
Before we actually even get to the Man of Steel,
and I don't think
I'm not making you. You're choosing to do it because you can't help yourself when somebody critiques something in the DC films. It's the same exact kind of lack of nuance bias that you're complaining happens in the MCU. It's the same thing.
Lunga, are you trying to tell me that?
You're probably right.
Me and Lunga.
Why do you keep coming to me? Why do you keep coming to me to like throw you a life preserver?
Because you admitted to liking BVS.
Just because I like some of the same movies you do does not mean I'm going to defend you. Because
all right. I see how it is, Lunga. I see how it is.
And to be fair about BVS, greatest Batman stuff I think I've ever seen. Greatest Batman stuff I've ever seen, and we did not need to see the pearls again. We never ever need to see the pearls.
That's never going to go away. The pearls are going to be in every Batman. Guaranteed, they're going to show the pearls.
You know they're gonna be.
Okay.
Maybe they
showed
show
it in
while
Joker
he's.
even in Joker they showed it.
That's what I'm saying. Like we don't need this anymore. We don't. But anyway, that's not the point. That's not.
It doesn't
That's a
bother
side
me,
point.
to be honest.
And I
don't
love
really
when Batman drives the Batmobile into Superman, and it literally goes pink and just bounces off of him. That's a really, really cool Superman moment, right? There are things that Perry fucking White is amazing in this movie. Jim Gordon is amazing in this movie. When they gave me 30 more minutes, I was so happy to have the extra 2 minutes of Perry White, the extra 2 minutes of fucking J.K. Simmons playing. Like there's so many good things about this movie, but it's a mess.
I like when he goes,
It is
what do you
a
think it
mess.
is? 1938? Because that's when Superman
Yeah.
came out.
the year. What do you think it is? October 15th, 1930. He might as well have just. He might as well have read the Wikipedia page. Like,
That
was
a good joke.
There's good
No
things in
one
the
cares
movie,
about
but
Clark Kent taking on the Batman. That's a good one.
And listen, and I criticize all the time, right? And I always say this: a lot of people complain about that Martha scene so much, right?
Martha,
I get it. I get it. I get
no,
it.
but that's
but nobody.
what it is that's the post. Go
But
ahead.
no one, go on.
I was just gonna say, but nobody complains about Star-Lord dancing at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I'm sorry, I cannot
The
stand
dance
that
off.
fucking
The
scene.
dance
Yeah.
off was lame, dude.
No,
I
no,
can't-
that's
I mean, it made me
that's
chuckle.
the first one.
It made me
That's
chuckle.
the first one.
But it's
yeah, in
lame.
the first one. Sorry, yeah, in the first one. Yeah,
It was lame.
Yeah.
And I love that movie.
It was lame, but it was funny, and I absolutely complained about it. I was like, "This fucking Marvel joke again! Like, why
Yeah,
are we doing this?"
me too.
But
I don't like.
fits
What are we
in
doing?
Guardians. Guardians is
It
that
makes
vehicle.
sense. It
It's
does. It
meant
fits
to
the
be
tone
in
of that
Guardians.
movie.
Yeah,
It fits the tone of that.
100%.
Martha
Just to
Which
me,
is why I
thought it
make the
was
same
stupid.
argument
Martha
that the
fits
jokes
the
and
tone
stuff
of
in
BBS.
Shazam fit that movie.
Right.
No, the
That's-
jokes do. I cried during the last 20 minutes of Shazam when the whole family got powers and they were beating up the monsters. I literally cried. I was like, "Wow, this
Hey,
is
Myra,
it's a
how you doing?
family. This is beautiful." They were all orphans. They didn't have families, and now they're a family, and they all, because they're a family, got rewarded with superpowers, bro. Like that's such a beautiful thing to have happen, and they all how they were still true to each of their younger selves, like when they became which highlighted my problem with the main character. But no, that's a nitpick, and I need to be more critical of Marvel movies. Sure, I understand. I will never forgive the Russo for what they did to the Hulk, but I need to be more critical of Marvel movies. Yes,
But
no,
look,
I understand.
I'll say this before I go.
I will
Like,
literally leave comments on their IMDb page for the rest of my life, right?
Yeah.
Because of
For
what
the
they did to the
I
Hulk.
think. Are you out there? Are you out there, Ashley? I think Nerdman. I think you think everyone's Ashley. That's. Are you out there, Ash? Are you out there?
I ain't saying
Back me up.
shit.
Back me up.
I'm not
Hey,
saying
you-
anything
you-
to
you
that. I don't want to
you
get
want-
my
here, you go right ahead and say that shit. I ain't saying
I know. I joke around with Ashley all the time. I call it MCU stand. She can make the most rational argument
I just want
of something.
just look at the
and I
people
say,
who have
it's an
look at the
MCU
people
stand.
who obviously had black mothers. Shut the hell up real fast. He started talking about Ashley. He's like,
She don't scare me. No, hell no. Come on, man.
Yeah, because your ass never got
shit out of me, bro.
your ass.
Why you
your ass-
forgetting I'm Italian? You know how
Yeah,
many
that's true.
shoes
No, that's true.
No, no, no,
and
no, no.
spoons? You know how many spoons were
okay.
broken across my ass?
You see, I was gonna say the wooden spoons, because we had
Yeah, man.
wooden fork and spoons on the wall.
My
and
mom
those-
had a never-ending supply of them wooden fucking spoons. I don't know how she'll break them. She always had more. They never.
hated those fucking things, man. I remember I seen them at a store one time and I was like, oh, hell to the fucking no. You know what I mean? I don't even want to see those fucking spoons anymore.
And I really think moms use those spoons because there's a satisfaction that you're literally breaking it off on their ass.
Absolutely.
It just snaps when they do it.
they have secret mom meetings and they brag about it. It was 2-3 licks. It broke that shit off on that boy. I tell you, 2-3. Oh goddamn! I got 5 out of mine the other day.
And I bet you that boy won't ever do that shit again because he knows there'll be new.
We absolutely did it again. We did it again every time. Just for the record, guys, beating your kids does not work.
It doesn't work.
It just-
yeah, because
it
their brain isn't.
We're not
Their brain
advocating
isn't
child
developed.
abuse.
No, their
All
brain
we-
is.
all-
The brain
we
isn't
learn from
developed
that
enough
is
for
fear
them to.
and then to be
how
sneaky. That's all
hide.
we learn.
Yeah.
And we're too
How
dumb to be
hide.
sneaky, so we just keep getting our ass whooped. That's all that happens. Just so you know.
That shit worked for me.
Very good.
I don't think
I ain't even gonna lie.
I'm telling you right now, it wasn't the ass whooping. I'm telling you right, it was not the ass whooping.
I am telling you
probably
now.
no. We're probably.
It
I'm telling you,
100% was.
Anzo. But I
If it
guarantee
was,
you
then
this.
you would
Did
have
you say
never done
Anzo?
anything
Did you say-
bad ever again. All
No, I
you
can
did
tell
was
you-
not that one specific thing
Hold on.
ever again.
Let's
That's not-
put
this
it.
is not the ass whooping.
No, let's put a caveat in here. But I
put
bet
a
you
caveat.
Anzo probably had a mother though that was very loving to him, and that's why those things made him go straight. because
absolutely.
When that didn't happen, there was lots of love. So that's
Yeah,
why-
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
It's
I was an
Yeah,
only
that's an ass
child,
whooping.
right? I was an only child, so I basically got everything I wanted. You know what I mean? So like, but when I got my ass whipped, I know I deserved it, and yeah, it kept me straight, man. Everybody around me was doing their shit, and it kept my ass in school.
no,
bro.
but Anzo, it's as
And
he
now,
said,
and now look at you.
probably-
Now you're a middle-aged
it's
man smoking
probably-
weed on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably
Hold on,
Mom
hold
is
on,
proud.
hold on.
That's hilarious.
It is legal in Canada, so I ain't
Oh,
doing nothing wrong.
bruh, I got a medical card, man. I got
we
my
were
status.
saying
I'm not
we were
criticizing.
saying your mother should be proud of you. That's what we're saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know.
Man, old people don't care if that shit is legal.
No.
Actually,
Smoking that shit.
my parents didn't
Slap
care.
it out of head.
My parents didn't care regardless,
They didn't
right?
care?
Yeah,
You know, no. We used to like we had parties, right? And a couple of my aunts and stuff
Guys,
would smoke.
I have to go though, dudes.
Yeah, we're gonna close it up soon too.
Peace.
Oh,
Because I know-
yeah. It's almost 1
It's
a.m.
nice
gonna be
talking to
starting
you.
soon.
Yeah, because I know you guys gotta go, so we'll go for a
Yeah.
little bit longer and then close it up. But I was saying, yeah, my parents used to have parties, you know, family functions and shit, and a couple of my aunts used to smoke. Later, nerd man.
Peace.
And my parents never smoked, but they would go to check the weed man over there, buy some stuff, you know, get them to roll it up, and my dad would just give it out to family members that burned. So yeah, it those things didn't bother him. My dad was a true
Why?
Scotian because they were Scotian, bro. That's how my
Yeah, I
parents
don't know
grew up,
nothing about
man.
Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's Canadian
Well,
shit. We don't know nothing about that.
Canada been on the weed shit much longer. Like it wasn't legal much longer than ours, but they've been on it much longer. They've been
Yeah.
way cooler
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it much longer.
Yeah,
than
yeah.
we
I'm
have.
Absolutely.
gonna fathom the guess that Scotian is like saying your parents grew up in San Francisco. It's just like
More no Scotia, more or less
laissez-faire.
like small province, you know, a lot of country
Okay.
and stuff like that. So it was a lot of, you know, like
I would think that would be more
drinking,
conservative.
a lot of drinking and smoking. That's what Scotians are known for: fighting, drinking, and smoking. That's what we're known for.
And having to stay inside for
bats
like
to
9 months of the
people's
year because it's so fucking cold.
heads. In wintertime is bad, but it's not that bad. Oh, this
Anzo,
trailer.
have you
Yeah.
seen? Oh, you saw the trailer reaction thing?
Oh, that's
Yeah, yeah.
hilarious. This is hilarious.
Oh, all right, cool. If you saw it, then I won't play it again, fam. But that shit is so funny, bro.
You didn't see
Something
my
bad's
comment
gonna
on your
happen here.
post?
I don't. Oh yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Something
yeah,
is
I did,
bad
I
gonna
did.
happen there. I was like, man,
Yeah, that's
Man.
right. That's
That
right. That's
wasn't
right.
that
That's
funny.
right. How did you not think it was funny, bro?
it wasn't that funny.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
I don't
That's
know how you
I
know.
don't
That's
understand, bro. I don't understand. All right, now I'm gonna have to force you to watch it again.
When he's
and you're
sitting
gonna
there,
have
when
to
he's sitting
explain
there,
to
and he
me
goes,
how it's
"Oh,
not
something
funny.
bad's gonna happen here." Yep.
You
there you
can
go.
go ahead.
Yeah, that shit was great.
You could play it, and I'll tell you which part I found funny. And there was like only one. Go ahead.
This shit is hilarious, bro. Now I will say that Korg didn't really get the shine in this like Deadpool, but this shit is great. And Korg did great being supportive actor. Man. This shit is.
Daddy needs to express some rage.
Yep.
Look at this shit, man.
Well, hello there, and what's up?
Dropping the ring light. Come on, that shit was funny.
Okay, the
Over
ring light. Yeah.
under- That's funny, bro. Oh, the fact that there's a ring light in it is so he's clearly shitting directly on us.
On YouTubers.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And now that
and
they
we're
leave it in the
like, thank
background,
you.
not on. It's behind
Yeah.
Korg. Just like fuck this ring light.
Yo, but what was it? Oh fuck. Oh yeah, over under 20%. Deadpool is in Love and Thunder.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Under.
Oh. Ooh.
Nah, right? That's crazy.
Honestly.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't think
I would
so.
love it.
Yeah.
I would love
Yeah,
it, but I don't think so either. Even just a cameo, like a
I
Stan Lee
wouldn't be
cameo. Oh my god, if
surprised.
Deadpool does all the Stan Lee cameos, that's the perfect way to use
Hold
it.
on.
All right, never mind. Go ahead.
I know why you're saying this because him and Taika obviously are so close. But now, when you cameo, are you talking about him actually in the suit being there? Or-
Deadpool.
Right.
Yeah, not Ryan Reynolds.
I don't see anyone in a Deadpool costume being in it, but I could see some kind of drawing or poster.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That would be cool. All right, let's go ahead and play this shit. First of all, it starts off hilarious. The ring light falls down, and look at the mic. Look at all the duct tape on the microphone.
And what's up, Reaction Faction? It's Deadpool. Don't forget
Reaction
to smash that subscribe
Faction.
button and follow me on Patreon. Last week, you all really
didn't even
liked
notice
my
that the
Cruella
first
trailer
time.
reaction
Follow
video.
me on Patreon.
Where are the f***ing dogs?
So he's been doing this a lot? Because I
I'll
don't
be
remember
reacting to a
this.
trailer for a
Yeah,
movie
this is
which
not the one we watched.
I honestly thought
Where
came
are the
out
fucking
like
This is the
dogs?
one
years
I've
ago.
seen, but
Pre-guy.
yeah.
Apparently,
not
it's
the
this
one with Korg.
August. We also have a
This
guest
is it.
Yeah,
reaction.
Korg comes in. Yeah.
It looks like there's a lot of
okay.
stuff in the
So
front
we
that we
Not
didn't
my
see.
first choice, but apparently
This is
everyone
when you
else was
started
too
it.
busy over on Disney Plus. Say hello, Korg.
Hello, made of rocks. Thank you for having me, Paul. Sorry you're dead.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
plastic though.
Let's take a look.
Sorry, you're
My name
dead.
is
Yeah,
Guy.
no, the CGI
He's
is bad.
named
CGI is
Guy,
bad.
like the movie's title.
That's pretty clever. Is it?
Wait a minute. Did I miss the reference? Who's Paul? What do you mean, sorry, Paul?
No, he said pool.
Paul, I thought you
Yeah.
said
Sorry,
Paul.
sorry, you're dead pool.
Let's just
But
pause.
he's
Yeah.
Australian
Let everyone comment
or New
first,
Zealand, whatever.
Or this
Yeah.
trailer gives away too much, or Ryan Reynolds is just me, which is super.
I mean, he's a rock monster from space, but he has a New Zealand
I
accent,
work at the bank.
bro.
I thought I had everything I needed, but then I met her. Oh, Jodie Comer. God, I love her so much. Oh, I hope they don't fringe her.
Not her name.
Well,
Bro.
it's the practice of killing off or hurting a female character in order to motivate or torture the main character, also known as Deadpool 2. Thank you.
Come
for
on,
asking.
man. That's hilarious. AKA Deadpool 2. Oh man.
Everybody except you. There's something inside you, Guy. They expected you to just fall.
It's like a hostage situation.
More than that.
Hostage situation, bro.
Oh my God!
And if this made me want to watch this movie more.
It's about your glasses.
That it probably did. I still want to. I want to
It's a
watch it,
video
but
game.
I think it's gonna be
Not
trash.
real. I'm the guy responsible for this world.
Any thoughts on
I
our
like this.
villain, Korg?
Looks like he's got 4 arms, and the 2 lower ones have got gloves on. I like him.
You have a Disney
Not
Plus
like
show,
him.
don't you, face?
You have a Disney Plus show, don't you? Come on, bro.
That mean that nothing you do matters.
You have a Disney Plus show, don't you, fuckface? Yeah, come on.
I mean, he did direct a few. He did direct an episode of Mandalorian.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. It was great.
I like him.
You have a Disney Plus show, don't you, face? Oh God. Trademark infringement. Doesn't that mean that nothing you do matters?
I am sitting here with my best friend trying to help him get through a tough time. Now, if that's not real, I don't know what is.
I know this world is just. Look at him go. That little blue shirt. Oh, his face is so punchable.
Thanks, guy.
His face is so punchable.
Yo, he loves shitting on himself, bro.
Yeah.
Of virginity.
Well, he shot himself in Deadpool. I mean, come on.
Terminate him.
That's Taika Waititi.
He seems quite nice, actually.
YTT.
A rabbit.
Oh, rabbit.
Maybe this is the live-action Thumper we all haven't been waiting for.
Yo, that's a great line, bro.
Catch the ball! No, useless.
Wow, body airbag. Love it. Something bad's gonna. Yep. There you go.
Somebody's gonna, yep.
Yep. There you go.
Okay, this looks fun in a
Yo,
in
the
a
duct
last
tape on
days
the
of
mic is
Fox
killing me,
fire
bro.
sale kind of way. Not sure if it was worth diverting Canadian Cumberbatch's little mind away from
Canadian Cumberbatch.
You know what? I'm gonna give it. I'll give it 4 out of 5 avocados. Korg?
I was raised by avocados.
Oh my God! Just kill me now.
The reason,
Any,
like, here, other.
Any tips on getting into the MCU there, Korg?
Have a dream, chase it, lose that dream, just sabotage all sorts of happiness in pursuit of that dream, climb up to the peaks of that mountain, and when you get to the top, land at the bottom and realize you're never going to achieve that dream. And at that point, check your emails. Maybe you'll get something from your agent saying, Marvel wants to talk.
Yeah, I prefer Dark World. Any of you for this
Come on, bro.
Other than the obvious Ryan Reynolds charm, the reason why this thing is so funny to me is because he's literally spoofing all of us YouTubers.
Bro, I get it. But for me, and I'll say this hot take: I wasn't a big fan of the Deadpool movies, so I find like a lot of the jokes don't hit, and I had an issue. I don't think a lot of the jokes in this hit either.
But are you a Ryan Reynolds fan?
I like him.
Okay, because even though he was in a Deadpool costume, that was literally just like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, for me, he's hit and miss. Like I like him in certain things. I thought he was great in Hitman's Bodyguard, and then I liked Hitman's Wife Bodyguard. Right, I thought he did good.
And that's actually one of his more serious, even though it's a comedy. That's one of his more serious roles because he's not the goofball in it.
In the second one he is.
I didn't see the second one.
In the second one, he's a little bit more of a goofball in it. In that,
because in the first one, he was trying to be. He was the straight man in the first one. He was the. Yeah.
Yes, he has some moments in the second one, kind of like what they did with Martin in Bad Boys movie series. In the Bad Boys series. Yeah, because in Bad Boys 1, I thought Martin was more. He had some comedy, but he's more like Will Smith level as a tough guy. And then in the second one,
it was straight comedy. It was different kind of comedy.
Right. And then in the second one, it was straight up comic relief. That's what he was. So I kind of think.
But then the third one, when he became like just complete, like not even funny.
That was but they both went. No, he was funny in the second half of the movie. But they both went more ridiculous in the second one, though. Like they both went kind of
they amp it
bigger.
up. That's how it goes with those kind of movies. They always amp shit.
Yeah. Well, I guess we will close it up after that.
Tell him something, way to end Joe. That's my favorite fucking Joe. Tell him something, Joe. I fucking love that scene, bro.
Oh, I love her.
Oh man.
Man. And I do have a sense of humor, guys, just so you know. But we will close it. We will close it up.
You never said you didn't.
No,
of course you have a sense of humor. You like BBS.
I think that deserves a kick off the stream for that one.
That's it. He's done.
If they would have picked one of the 7,
he didn't even stop. He didn't even stop. He just kept.
If they would have picked one of the 7 movies that they tried to tell in BVS, it would have been great. Maybe even 2. If they would have picked 2 of the 7 movies that they tried to tell in BVS, it would have been great. But he was like Death of Superman, Dark Knight Returns, The Dawn of Justice. Like it was just too. Lex Luthor versus how many fucking stories did he try to tell in that? It was just too much, man. It was just too much.
And I completely understand that. But at the end of the day, like I said, there was a few things that they did wrong with the movie. But in general, there's things that I really liked in that movie. So for me, it's always if the good outweighs the bad, then I like the movie.
Right. And that's where the major subjectivity comes in. It's how bad to you, the viewer, was the
100.
bad. Was it enough to ruin the movie? And the movie
So there are yes, obviously I understand that. There are certain things that I guess subjectively think are just unforgivable. And when you destroy a story, the main point of this movie is to tell a story. If you destroy a story, if you're supposed to have a story and you destroy it, you lose points. If it's not really a story, then all right, I'm not here. There's no reason for me to judge the story. They destroyed the story in BVS.
Well, I don't think so. There was a story. You just
and they destroyed it. There was a story.
You thought there was too much. The story's still there. It didn't go anywhere. It's not destroyed.
You
thought it was too clumsy. There was just too much going on for that story.
There were too many stories that they tried to tell at one time.
Right,
and that ended up destroying the story. No, that ended up destroying the story at the end. The end
There was a beginning, middle, and end. we got the full story.
Right, but if the story stopped working because there were too many different threads to tie up, and they couldn't. They introduced a new element instead of tying up the threads that they So they destroyed the story.
And this is where I don't try to make this distinguishing, but this is where other people try it with you and they always lose when they do this. They're like, but it wasn't done. It was meant to be 4 movies. It was
yeah.
I can't. Like, you can't talk about movies that weren't there yet.
I can't praise a movie for stuff that I never saw. That doesn't that doesn't exist. It's one thing if I didn't see it, if I just missed it, but it doesn't exist. So what are we talking about?
Right.
Exactly. When with that being said, was a great stream. I'm glad you guys came on. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, fam.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Absolutely. Talk about your channels, Lunga, and your comic book, please, before we go.
Yeah, sure. The channel where me and Yellow are there way too often. The Great Council. We're bringing you all the nerdy news you crave and deserve. The only wars being in the stars. You can find us over there at the Great Council Tuesday through Friday with the midday mashup in the middle of the day. Then we do our Council 6 D&D streams 1 day a week, usually in the evening. And we do some other fuck shit every now and then. And my comic book is Isidore and Immortal Chains. It is a Lovecraftian dark hero verse. I think Silver Surfer meets Lovecraft kind of stuff. We're on issue 2. There's only 3 days left.
Let me show it.
Of the campaign. Yeah, I'll pop the.
Good job, bro.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there, man. Way blew past that goal. But obviously, there's still 70 hours now, so it's just under 3 days. We want to get as much as we can in these last 2 days. Obviously, that's very important to try to get it as far as we can. It's not over until it's over, right? Just 'cause we made a good amount doesn't mean we're done. But yeah, so if you're not a fan of comic books, or you don't feel like buying this, or you can't afford it, or you have other problems going on, whatever case, the most important thing, guys, is just important as backing it is putting it in front of people's eyes that you think will like it. Share it, spread it around. That you can do wonders just by that, even if you don't back it yourself.
Facts.
So thank you for everything.
Absolutely. Yellow, talk to the people, sir.
Fan, you know where to find me, man. 5 days a week, I'm out there in the Great Council, chopping it up, getting busy with the same flaming hot takes that I've expressed here today. You feel what I'm saying? I'm very consistent in my views, and I certainly hope that you all can see through the bullshit to realize that. Secondly, Yellow does it, bro. That's where I'm at. YouTube's, check it out. You can see me chopping it up with the gang once a week on Stream with the Gang, fam. Wednesday nights, come holla at us. You feel what I'm saying? If you can't catch it on time, watch the replays. I promise you, we're hilarious. That's it, man. Follow me on social media, and remember, support your local YouTube creator, man. $Yellow does it on Cash App, son. It's hard out here for those of us who, like, you feel me? Pandemic, working terrible jobs, hate our wives, baby mother chasing us down, like needing that back child support. 5 kids and 3 baby mothers, man. One more I gotta say. And like, you feel me? Like, just, you know what I'm saying? $Yellow does it on Cash App, man.
There you go, man. 100%. And just to let you guys know,
I'll like any movie you want me to like. Wow. And just pay me, and I will sell the shit. I am a shill.
BVS is the great. He'll get $100 Snapchat. BVS is the greatest movie ever made.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. If Disney came to me like they do with some of these out there and said, "Hey, we need you guys to say this movie is great. We'll give you like 100K or some shit. This movie is the best movie I've ever seen in my life."
There you go.
You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck.
I'll give Yellow $10. He'll be good. Listen, motherfucker was calling me champ for $2. Okay, just keep that in mind.
Come on, sport.
For $2, $2, yo. It wasn't even like
that's a bitch ass nigga too who did that, man. We had a lot of good times together. That's a bitch ass nigga. He was like, "Oh, my God doesn't like you guys anymore, so I can't fuck with you." That's some pussy shit.
Yeah, it is, but that's how people are on YouTube. You know.
So yeah. So Yellow is cheap. We get it. No problem.
Facts.
Yes. But with that being said, guys, just let you know that we are doing a watch party. Lunga and Yellow are doing a watch party for Loki in about an hour. And then after that, we should be on Ashley's channel talking about it. So, you know, the party's not over yet, man. Support. Doesn't matter where you go to watch the party. Just make sure you're hanging out with us, you know, and having some fun. That being said, peace.
Hop around, bro. Hop around, man.
Let me hop at you for a minute. 'Cause I just got something that I need to say. You don't know what you do to me. You don't know what you do to me.
I know, Mama Bear. I know.
What you do to me.
I know too, Mama Bear. I know.
I have no idea what anybody's talking about.
What you do to me.
Hey, I am the only one that's allowed to talk over my intros and outro, guys. What the hell?
My fault.
Wow, and neither of these guys actually listen to me as well. I need more power on my own streams, man.
What you do to me?